Bring in the boss squad, I'm gonna get mine. Go do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't tell me how you're off and down. When you smile in my face, but you play me like a clown, and you fool bitch. So just step back, I'm mad that when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stand, they stay, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, but you know it's mine. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's go. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's go. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
Trouble time, get something in your rigor. 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 Trouble time, get something in your rigor.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
Huh. Jim Miller.
Hey, Lefty Grimes. If that is indeed your real name.
No, my name is actually Dick. Yeah, my parents hated me. They called me Dick. Dick Grimes. Growing up. Rough high school.
Well, I think, maybe they were just calling you that. I don't know.
No, it's a bad name. It's like, remember the race car driver, Dick Trickle?
Yeah, that's tough. Well, Rob Robinson objected to that at a thing. We were at a morning Sunday at a conference, a whole bunch of people in a room, and somebody got robbed, and on the news, and he's objecting, robbery, and got robbed. I thought about it, and I said, well, what the hell is this? When you pick a lock, you Jimmy the lock. I guess I object to that. Now you can throw in all sorts of people when you think about it, right? What's up, Vinny?
What's up, South Jersey News? Vinny.
Paco and Vinny in the house.
What's up? You guys can join us if you would like. We're just chatting, man. I'm gonna go out and smoke some Old Pal.
No.
Old Pal, yes.
Old Pal. Is that like a new brand called Old Pal, or is it at?
Yes, it's called Old Pal, and apparently they carry it here at Mad Hatter. And I'm excited to smoke this. Let's do that. Let's go smoke some Old Pal.
Hey, Palomine.
Oh, Palomine.
Yo. All right.
So I know you saw on social media about Baked by the River. Do you see that?
No. What about it?
Apparently, the CRC is going to discipline them for having an event.
What type of event? And
ca-
what? Why would they?
cannabis- An event where people use cannabis.
But was it breaking laws?
Apparently, you're breaking the rules by having a dab bar. You actually can't have that. You have to
Yeah, that's
way to
good.
do it, and it's not.
I think that's what we call good trouble, though. What's the problem with them?
Well,
Yeah.
what dispensaries normally do is they penny out their dabs to the employees, or the companies will give trade samples to the employees, and so you can't give those away to the public. There's rules against that. So we have
But it's like the dab itself. They don't ever have. They just take the vapor or the residue. You know what I'm saying? They don't actually walk away with it, do they?
hold on.
What's up, Adam?
So
He looks like he's getting something from Secret Service.
We're working around it with the supplier to get around some new rules.
Yeah. There's some new rules coming out that we have to abide by. That's all, and we need to know what they are. So,
Yeah. Well, listen, isn't that what started your INE tour in the first place?
Yeah.
Just
What are the-
rules.
What's the rules?
You got to know what they are to abide by them every step of the way. Yeah, crap's not over yet, then, is it?
No, it's not over. It's not over. Pot's not legal yet. But that's okay. We need some kind of.
But see, here's also something. What they're demonstrating is they're going to call that, like, if they have to change something, a cleanup bill, a cleanup addendum to a bill, so a cleanup. You know, it's no bill is perfect. Don't sacrifice the good on behalf of looking for the perfect. You know, that was what we heard just to get this bill passed. So I would apply that to what we're concerned with now. It's like, okay, let's let patients grow, and if there's a problem, we'll fix it, right? Because that's what we're doing. That's how we work.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it for New Jersey, making money through dispensaries, but that's not how we're going to do it for patients growing their own, which is really not going to really benefit New Jersey and shouldn't really take away from it. But it's, again, different rules. You know, if it's for adults and getting money, and which is why, you know, it would be. So it is New Jersey. That's the reputation. You know, everybody wants a slice, and here we are. New rules. Where are adults allowed to smoke outside? Tell me. I mean, you can't walk down a sidewalk, I don't believe, can you? Just walking down a sidewalk.
Adults, no.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I know, but question isn't what people do. Yeah. What does the law say where, you know, where even scared people could take part, or people with more to lose than us if they do get caught, you know? You know, we can't apply our own standards to the common public, really. I mean, you know, I think, you know, we all do have standards slightly different than what the law allows. And I always feel sorry, you know, actually it starts with, I don't know about now, but basically there's a lot of seniors waiting for legalization so they could try it because they didn't want to disobey the law, meaning they were not benefiting from the medical benefits they would get just for being an adult consumer. And, you know, it was kind of painful to watch somebody be in pain or whatever and saying, no, I don't want to break the law, you know. But they exist, you know. And that's why we want to change the law, I think. So it will be totally inclusive of all who care to use it, not just those who, or like, yeah, I mean, she's been a cannabis consumer for over 50 years. It's sort of like you kind of learn how to get good at it when it was illegal. I've never been arrested unless I wanted to be. So I think that's something. I mean, 3 times, but that was all on purpose. Basically, they were falling into my trap, so it's a success. Yeah, well. So Cory Booker's going for the record.
I saw that.
Yeah, 7-12 tonight. Do you realize the record for a filibuster that was set by Strom Thurmond had to do with 1957? Like, basically, he was exercising his racist rights at the time, to speak. So the idea that a black man could break Strom Thurmond's record for the longest filibuster for what he believed in, that'd be kind of fun. I don't, I would think it'd be really cool. I mean, I'm just saying, not. Even if it was the other way around and I didn't like what it was for, the idea that it does give people a chance to go out and publicly watch a countdown clock somewhere, and then say, we're staying as long as he is. What do you got there, Lefty? Old Pal.
Okay, I'm going to line up some Old Pal. Classic shareable flower.
Shareable.
It's Red Bulls. Hybrid Red Bulls. Almost 20% THC.
Yeah.
It's got pinene, myrcene, terpenoline, linalool, caryophyllene, and humulene. Lots of leans.
Yeah, and only one that wasn't. There's always one goes against the grain, the one that wasn't a lean.
So lean in, boys and girls. We're going to smoke some.
And then I see it says THC 19%, and like I said before, is that like in a weather report where the temperature is 70 but feels like 85 or something? Is that like 19% THC, but it feels like 23? I mean, aren't there people just weigh in with what you think it is? Because if that's what people think it is, yeah, I'm like Joe Pantaleone in The Matrix. I just want it to taste like steak, I don't care what it is.
Breaking it up, it was very earthy smelling.
Yeah.
It wasn't fruity or nothing like that. Very earthy. It just smelled really good. Very cannabis.
What is fruity?
Cannabis.
What is actually fruity anymore? We're talking about that too. That back in the day, it was an actual juicy fruit, sort of fruity taste. You could almost taste it, and you definitely had it in the back of your whatever that is, larynx or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes amazing. I love this.
Yeah, you're like, it's sort of like you're the second chair in an old show where they did live commercials, like Ed McMahon would go do a live commercial back in the day.
Oh yeah,
they are doing like a live commercial. But it's effective too. Makes me want to try it.
I would definitely recommend Old Pal, the hybrid Red Bulls. Fantastic. I'm loving this.
Let's see how you perform after consuming it.
Yeah, let's see if I mess up the sound or not.
Yeah.
If I screw up the sound.
No. That's not my litmus test. Let's see if you're having a really good time and smiling. You could be screwing everything up in the world, but I see you having and if I see you doing that, that's what I want some of, I mean, imagine if you could smoke something that gave you the ability to laugh at yourself and enjoy it, but you would enjoy it so much you did nothing but sit around laughing about yourself all night. I got that much fuel after 50 years worth.
I mostly want pain relief.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for. to be a song.
It should be a song
Yeah,
by an Irish band.
could be. That would be fitting.
Some Irish band should write a song about that.
Yeah. Nah, my brother Rick, who you know me, we used to sit around, I mean, back in the day, sit around and have a good time speaking totally in lyrics of songs we both would know, and see who would stutter first. Like playing a game, but then you could try to get one by too, and challenge,
Guy.
Yeah.
Guy always has good stuff to say.
Yeah. Do sure. Yeah, I'm looking. I definitely would consider microdosing. I'd talk about that when Sue was talking about it. It sounded like it could be something that I might benefit from.
Well, I'll sit in for Bucket Boy, but I have foam on my head instead.
That's some pretty big shoes to fill there. And I mean that nicely too. I say it and laugh, and I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. No wrong way to take it. So what's been new since what? The my email trail plan is taking effect as we speak. We're testing the waters with Susan's having to go back on opiates after not being able to afford her medicine, and her sending letters that I helped her with, or emails. But it's a very bad looking trail because it ended abruptly after asking for her phone number so we could talk directly, and then it just fell off, and anyway, so you saw that in my little video of what the email trail looks like when you read through it. But I got back to her what she needs to have first contact after 1 3/4 years, and the pleasure of saying, this is what's going to go up on letpatientsgrowNJ.com in a week to 10 days. It's not like it might, it will. And see if that stimulates an answer, because it's a bad looking timeline, And I could actually I know you'd let it stop with you, but I'll forward you a copy of what's getting sent out, and you can see.
Well, her story is she was on cannabis therapy for a while.
So a while, yeah, in 19 months. But before that, how long she was in opiate pain management? 30 years. 30 years of opiate pain management, 19 months off with cannabis, using a program that says, what is it called? Cannabis something, or you can use it. If you have a problem with opiates, you can enter the program to use cannabis to help you. We have a program that does that. Anyway, all she wanted was for her, at the time, Assemblyman Moriarty, to talk with Verlina Reynolds Jackson about the same bill in the Senate, and just to talk with her, to say where you think she's right, where you think she might be wrong, and what you need more information on. That's like a really good way to approach, and when you read the entirety of it, it tells a very consistent flowing story, because it was written to do exactly that for people that ignore or pretend like they answered a question where it raises two more and didn't actually answer any questions answered. You can do that twice as a legislator, and because people ask have 5 or 6 question marks. Anywhere you write a question mark, that gives them a right to use that as their response. You realize that, right? So when what makes it work that? What makes you think that, anything, it can answer that and not answer what you really wanted to answer. So once they do it twice in a row, the third time, they're going to say, I've already done what you asked twice, blah, blah, blah. So basically, the general rule of thumb is one question mark. That's it. You know. Anyway, it'll be fun to display something that started almost 2 years ago and exactly how it played out. But then now he's a senator now, and he's going to have to own it because it's going to be there, and people will see it because I'll make sure of it. And it doesn't really matter. Keep in mind, that's how Jeff King really got to Vin Gopal before he was anything to do with cannabis or medical cannabis. You know, the simple things that Jeff does, like he simply takes part in the easy stuff, the contact. It's a matter of typing something else. But when your legislator has a Facebook page, you can interact there as well, right? So Jeff was doing that. But when Vin Gopal almost 4 years ago got tired of looking bad by simple questions Jeff was asking, he said, listen, instead of trolling me here on my Facebook page, this is what Vin wrote on his Facebook page to Jeff. Instead of trolling me here on my Facebook page, why don't you hit me up legit in my office? To which Jeff then went back to his Facebook page to say, if I remember right, he said Jim Miller said this might happen. That's why the 2 emails I did send to you, legit, that you didn't answer, are on letpatientsgrowNJ.com. So Vin must have gone, oh, what the hell? What? And I can just picture him typing in that and going, holy shit. I just called him a troll in front of my guys on Facebook, my people, and he made a fool of me. And well, I guess he made me the fool that I appear to be, But he obviously took Jeff seriously after that and has ever since. So the funny thing is that it's because of Jeff and Vin Gopal telling him, meaning, well, me, if you look behind the curtain, that he wants to speak at a rally. Really, rally, really. And the thing is, here's how it works. That Susan got to write to Democrat Senator Bramnick, telling him that Vin Gopal wants to have a rally at the State House, as he told his constituent Jeff King. That means now he's in a position of Susan saying he has to talk to Gopal. But if he does, can you imagine him saying, so you got a constituent, Jeff King? And Vin would go, wait a second, how do you know about him? And it would be, well, wait a second, according to the emails, this guy named Jim Miller is advising both of them, because everybody tells him that. Jim Miller is giving us advice. Google search him. You can see he's well qualified to do it. So anyway, I've laid this little spider web, a very thin one, admittedly, because so few people thought this vision had legs, but it does apparently. And the idea, too, then Vin would think, wow, Jim and Jeff, they're on the ball. They played another Democratic senator for a fool, and now he has no chance but to. And anyway, I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It's like Billy Jack. This can be just as public as you want. Skid still can't defend it. The back door is this guy who cut Susan off. Anyway, he can say, I'm really reticent. I won't co-sponsor something I don't know enough about to co-sponsor it. I wanted to have a hearing. So let's get this bill to a hearing so I know what to do. That would work real good. It could be just that easy. I don't think people really want to believe it, though. I got like a ton of I told you so's coming up, though, and I'm going to use them. Oh, the Mad Hatter Tour. So it's going to be a way more active end of this legislative session than it's been for the last 4 years. That's going to be interesting. Yes, it will. It's got traction it never did. Now, see, this bodes well for home grow for adults and legalization as well, obviously, because the information that would be revealed in a Senate informational hearing, it's the same information that's going to be used in an adult legislative hearing, adult use.
I hate
Yeah,
that. I hate that. You ate some of the flaming anus chocolate? Really? How was it? A little spicy. How much did you eat? A few chunks. There was big chunks in there. Wow. Wow, he ate some of. How do you feel? Your anus is okay.
could you just say pieces instead of chunks when you're talking about that?
Yeah.
It's
Can we
a
say
bad image.
pieces instead of chunks?
Chunks of flaming ass.
I have the inappropriate bell now. Whenever, this is going to go off a lot now. We have a new inappropriate bell here at Mad Hatter. So whenever you say something inappropriate or something that was said here before, you get the bell.
Well, I need to see the guidebook and instructions that come with that, so I know which side of things appropriate and inappropriate are. You know, we need a bell to bell back when we don't think so. You go ding ding ding, and I go no, ding ding ding, and then we'll
You
have
get
a
your
bell,
own bell and we'll have a ding off.
a bell off, yeah, a ding off, okay, yeah.
We will all ding our bells together. That's inappropriate.
Be like Mikey with his gaveling the other guy.
Exactly. Yes.
All he can do with a bell, a bell and a gavel. There you go.
Look at this. Look at this. It's like the sword of Damocles hanging over my head. Oh God, no! That thing is 18 pounds.
It's heavy.
It's seriously heavy. I don't know why.
I know why. I don't know what.
All right, so
Hey,
here's something to look out for. A man sues a Portland cannabis shop. He says it recommended an extreme THC dose that landed him in the ER. So apparently he had no experience with cannabis, this guy. Goes into a store and they said, oh yeah, just take a capful of this syrup. Well, that capful of syrup was, yeah, right? I mean, come on, man.
No, I mean, if it was an ingestible, if it was like, here's something you're going to smoke, you'd get high and realize it and stop. But whenever it's, I mean, I agree with Weed Man. Somebody ever hands me something, here, try some of this, and I'm out. I'm likely not going to do it, but then I break that for you or Paco or, other people I know. It's just So anyway,
so he took 40 milligrams. 40 milligrams. He should have taken 5, but he took 40. And he.
Well, if he'd never tried it, he should have taken 1.5, and then escalated with another 1.5 an hour later. And if you've gone through, sort of like start putting down little at a time. Step up to it. That's all. You just don't burst in.
British Columbia says they recommend first-time users start with a 2.5 milligram in products they eat or drink, especially syrup, because syrup's
I can see that. Yeah.
So that's 16 times less than the amount of Fitzgerald's lawsuit.
Okay, if I'm the person that knows nothing about it, and I say, how long will it take till I know? Wouldn't that be also? I mean, that's the relativity that might be needed too, because somebody might be thinking like 5 minutes later, gee, I'm not feeling anything, or 10 minutes later, I'm not feeling anything, and start loading up too. I mean,
he felt something. He felt muscle spasms, psychomotor agitation, an elevated heart rate, extreme discomfort, shortness of breath, nausea, vomiting, hypokalemia, and
diarrhea?
muscle paresis.
It sounds like there's disclaimers in all commercials for pharmaceuticals may cause blah, 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 blah. And it's always nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. But what bothers me is they say it so pleasantly. You know? Nausea, diarrhea, vomiting. You know, I think that penalty.
As long as they don't say something terrible, the last word, you won't remember.
Mm.
Well, muscular paresis.
So anyway, is this shit still available? Can I get some? Jokes write themselves. But
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the
I
day,
don't.
it's like going to a bar and asking the bartender how much alcohol is it going to take to get me drunk. You don't hear of anybody suing the bar because someone got drunk.
Yeah, it's not exactly analogous, but at the same time, I don't think that this guy's lawsuit has merit. I'm not a lawyer, but I only play one on TV.
Mm.
Because how reasonable were his expectations? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it would depend on his intelligence and reality acumen.
no, I mean, it's
I mean,
like if you ask for someone's opinion, yeah. What if they're wrong? Like, you don't get to sue them. Where's the damages?
Well,
Where's the damages?
there's also the possibility of a lawyer thinking he might be able to work out an out-of-court settlement because somebody would rather not go through it all and risk something happening. So, that would be
maybe
that would be my guess. But yeah, it sounds like I'm really kind of bad on things like that. With how can I sue attitude? Look, when I hurt my feet, what happened is I was trimming some kind of high stuff off a guy's trees. He had a whole bunch of, and anyway, I set up the ladder, and the way you do it is the last thing you do is put your foot on the dollar, pull it back, and make sure it goes right back to where you had it, so you can tell it's not leaning. I did everything right, but something went wrong. It was on a little knuckle or something, and it moved. Long story way short, 59 hospital days and probably a lawyer's dream. But the thing is I set it up, and Ann Davis said, "Look, Jim, I probably know your answer." She's a lawyer, and said, "But if it was you, I'd say sue me. Homeowner's going to pay." And it really, I couldn't do it. It's like, no, I blame myself. I mean, in my head, I blame myself. It was me. So I couldn't. And what got to me is I couldn't believe how hard it was to find somebody that would actually agree. Okay, that was wrong. What did I say? Agree?
You're good. I got it. I got it in time.
Did I almost say something? What did I almost say? I'll try better to not almost say something. Yeah. No, I'm doing that. I do have a bit of an intake of cannabis as we have podcasts. It just seems to be a natural progression. I generally don't beforehand, so I can enjoy it. It's like more communal this way somehow.
Yeah, so this guy, he ate a whole capful of the syrup, which would pretty much mess me up too, I think. That's pretty strong.
40 milligrams, it depends. 40 milligrams of what, distillate? It's probably distillate.
Okay.
So 40 milligrams of distillate, it depends on how often you eat distillate candies. If you eat distillate candies a lot, you have a high tolerance. So, like, if this guy hadn't ever, then, no wonder he got fucked up.
Well, I guess
Oregon doesn't offer any dosage guidelines.
Well, then maybe they should sue the state instead.
Yeah, I can see that. Well,
you sue whoever you want and see what sticks is what they're doing.
Well, the people I was talking about before that especially waited for it to become legal. There's just people that are older often that are going to try it for the first time, and maybe they don't or can't smoke. So the idea that a person who never experienced being high on cannabis to have their first experience with 40 milligrams or something, yeah,
Well,
I could see that
not,
turning south pretty quick.
not only that, distillate is not. That's not a cannabis high. That's a THC high. You know, like you would never
Yeah.
encounter that type of one-dimensional,
Yeah.
one molecule, effect. You would never encounter that in nature, and
Yeah.
you'd have a hard time encountering it in cannabis culture because it's easy to make hash, and it's easy to make back when people were open blasting. You could do your dabs, but no one was making distillate in there. So I mean, so any things like paranoia or no, I mean, it all stems from self-induced, vertigo, and then everything goes from there, right? But if you're gonna eat 40 milligrams of an edible that's not distillate, you'll probably just go to sleep if it's too much for you. You won't have a paranoid, nausea list of symptoms. I mean, that guy had like a dozen symptoms. That's
No.
suspicious, but not the point. But right, but like, so one more reason that the legal market has is not. What's the analogy for the legal market? It's like it had to happen, but it only just barely outweighs the negatives that it unleashes.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with cannabis, but when people exploit and Frankenstein and then essentially, turn people into uninformed consumers of something, like they're skipping all the steps that you and me would go through trying products. Like it's just unnatural. It's alienated from nature. That's what it is. That's the problem with legalization, corporate legalization. Is it's alienated from nature, and instead of having people getting to know a plant medicine by degree, or like I think the way that most people in cannabis culture got to know cannabis, instead of that, you can just go, I don't know. It's just you wouldn't encounter it in previous cannabis cultures. You wouldn't encounter these things. So,
Yeah.
it's got good.
Another thing.
It's all the corporate bullshit that that your neighborhood businesses are trying to get away with now. Now the cannabis companies are trying to get away with it. That's a different issue. Don't get me started. But no, like no one should be giving some novice user THC syrup. That's almost like a prank
Well,
with no real negative side effects. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? But because it's so alienated from nature, now you think it's this corporate thing, and now you think I've been injured, I'm gonna sue. It's like,
yeah. Well, beyond that, look at the side effects of that lawsuit already. We're talking about it here now, and it's sort of a bad look for what we're trying to not have a bad look for. Basically, people will use this as an example, why misguided example of why it's important to do something or not do something or stop something. It's
that's why home grow is important, so that people have control. That's why home grow is important, because relying on these third parties that are in it for the money is not the best way to steward the medicine.
Which is why I think that the good work done to make sure that the dispensaries in New Jersey was tested, that of course NJ.com picked up on, made sure everybody knew that it was okay. Not everybody. I'm going to say 30% is contaminated, and the things that it is contaminated with, and that's just a really good argument. I don't care about how valid the argument is. It's a good argument for home grow, because even a person that isn't good at growing could grow non-contaminated shit, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
All you have to do is just not put bad stuff in
Right.
it. You know, if,
Oh, they're not going to know how to grow as well as a dispensary. It doesn't hold up when they got a 1 in 3 chance of having something contaminated when they go there. So like that, just getting that done, you know, that's going to go a long way. That really helped get traction or get more traction.
This segment is brought to you by Old Pal Flour. Whoop whoop.
Is that what you got to do to get that?
well, you know, it's
You got to
the
hold that
ideal
up in the middle of the
the ideal
3-1.
situation, of course, would be, you know, for every single legal business to do everything humanly possible to be as perfect as possible. You know, but like that's just not in the character of for-profit organizations. I mean, you know, unless they're like religious or something, you know, that's just not in the
Well,
character
yeah,
of.
you know, but if you leave somebody to their own devices, and they, you know, they're gonna likely do a better contaminant wise.
Well, that's what I
But
mean. Like,
but also it's just for them if they're technically not allowed to. Well, they actually would be allowed to give it away, I guess, too.
well, you know, people who want to, you know, dispensaries, of course, can and should exist, and you know, they should exist as you know, we should certainly hold them to standards. But that's different than, you know, of course, whether
But
or
look,
not there should
okay,
be home grow.
let me
Of
ask
course,
you.
you know,
Oh,
we're preaching to each other here, you know.
yeah, but I got a question. But hey, Vinny, what's up?
What's going on,
Yeah,
guys?
were you surprised at the contaminant level in New Jersey dispensary product that was revealed 10 days ago or whatever? You know, I mean,
So like,
I was
no,
actually
but-
surprised. You know, I mean, that's a pretty high number if they're telling you if you buy 3 separate things here, you got a 1 in 3 chance that some of it's contaminated, and then
so is
what
it contaminated? Right, but is it contaminated outside of the range of contaminants that say we're used to as cannabis consumers,
Mm.
or is
Well,
it like agree? Not that that's good. I'm just saying, like,
no.
or is it like, or is it like egregiously high so that, you know, you should be concerned about
Okay.
that particular thing?
I got the answer to that, and that's if you're an advocate, it doesn't matter. It's the perception that matters, you know. So I always interpret through the prism of how will it be interpreted. It's people's opinion, how they get them, and the perception here that I thought when I read all about it was, wow, that really sucks, and it would be perceived as a very legitimate reason for patients to be able to grow some of their own, you know, for their own safety. You know, it's it tilts the balance. That was awesome getting that study done. So
Well, I mean, again, it's
I listen to
argument for home grow. Arguments for home grow. All right, guys, I got to run. I will catch y'all on the flip.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. This is
What's this all about?
depends what this means. How we don't see what you're looking at. You know that, right?
Hold on, I'll put it back up. There you go. Refuse
Yeah, I was
services
trying
in
to
Edison.
see- Yeah, sorry. I was trying to see
happened?
if maybe
Yep.
they'd join the live.
All right.
It's the same link. What were they? Do you know where they went? You know where they went to do that?
I really don't. I want to try to find out. Let's see if we can get them on the phone.
What does that mean? Just got refused services.
He probably went to a town hall or something,
Yeah.
and you know.
People don't like being filmed, and when you put a camera on people, they freak out.
And then, yeah, this is pretty interesting because it's like got refused by who, how, where, you know, all that. Yeah. Passion through. Live
patch
here.
him in. Patch
Live here at Sativa Cross. We
Hey.
have an update. Breaking news.
Christo,
Wow.
you're on the air.
Yeah, Mikey was I went and I helped Mikey with his court claim. I'm up.
Can you hear him or no?
Right now.
Well, I can hear the baby crying.
Well, sorry.
You hear
hold on.
babies.
You can hear my baby. All right, try again, Christo.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now. All right.
Yeah. So me and Mikey went. I helped him finish off his tort claim in Edison, and then afterwards he wanted to try to get an appointment with the mayor, and I started recording afterwards, knowing full well they always send out internal affairs of the police to intimidate. Today it was a complete denial of service. We got it on video that they because I was present and they just don't like me. They don't want to do their job and provide services. So all the discrimination, it's all being recorded. And let me, I think the video is almost done.
Well, if you get the video done, can you hop on the? You want to hop on the live? Maybe Lefty will show it.
Yeah, let's show it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, see, that wasn't like what I pictured, right? At a meeting, being you can't speak or you're film, you know. Yeah, this is a little different, but it sounds sort of like, almost like somebody's falling into a trap here, you know.
Did you hear him, Christo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Joshi's going to fall into your trap again.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Well, no, there wasn't even no trap set this time. It's just this was the scenario. I know how they're going to react, and I'm just going to record accordingly.
Take credit for it being a trap, man. Come on.
Yeah, they walk right into your left hooks all the time.
Yeah. Strike fear into the heart. Strike fear in the hearts of others who will follow. You gonna fall into my trap too? Yeah, that's right. You do that, don't you? Yeah, take credit, dude. Yeah. It's all about. I was saying, it's about appearances too. You know, it looks good.
Oh, they sent police too, huh? Wow.
How do you know
They kicked
that?
your head up. Were they going to arrest you?
Christo,
They were going to try to arrest. I guess.
If Mikey wasn't there, they were going to be way more aggressive and because they're always aggressive with me and they always try to remove me from the building. Oh, but I recorded that his political mentor, Bimal Joshi, from the Sam Joshi crime family, was there to deliver a manila envelope package. That's never a good thing.
good stuff. Good stuff. You said it's going to be done uploading now.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm getting. I'm just. That's why I'm a little bit quiet. I'm just typing away some stuff in the description. I'm about to release it.
All right. Are you going to hop on the live or not?
Yeah, why not?
Hop on the live and then maybe Lefty will play it. I'm sure.
That'd be all right.
Should I play it as a for everyone to watch, or just release it at the same time for everybody?
Release it for everybody.
Make it a premiere, or release it for everybody?
Release it. Well, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. If you're going to do a premiere, that means you got to be dedicated in the chat. But if you're going to be dedicated over here on this, then maybe you should just release it.
No, because he can share the video as on because it's playing there and here.
Okay, whatever you decide.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is where I remain silent.
This is nuts.
You're going to use your right?
This shit's flying over my head, man. I'm a viewer. You can see me. You know, I'm an audience at this point.
I'm an audience.
No, I mean I'm an interested audience. I like the actual breaking news sort of dimension, especially consider the dual source. You know,
I honestly can't wait to see the video.
Can't believe. Well, I guess I can believe it. They're nuts in that town. They're absolutely insane. That's,
Yeah.
They banned the American flag, by the way. Just to recap, everybody. Hey, ban the American flag.
oh yeah, that should be included every time you talk about them. You know, make sure. That
Is
say,
Mikey
they,
Christo?
they walked into that one, by the way. The American flag thing. They walked into that. You know, especially when they kind of realized that they wouldn't let you. You know, well, that's a prop. You
got 'em
call
good.
the flag a prop?
We got him good. We got him with Bongholio, and when Pat Duff came with the puppet show, and I had my the tape on my head under my mask. That
Oh,
said,
that was good.
You're a
That
milk-
was yeah. No, that was only one step better than hey, your shoes untied. You know, I mean, when it was like, okay, they don't want me wearing my mask on, so I'll put something offensive here that they can't read, and I'll hide it with my mask. Then when they say take it off, I'll go okay, and you know,
Okay,
and it
milky
was like.
liquor.
It was like when I saw it the first time, I knew the setup, and I thought there's only one thing going on here. I mean, I wouldn't have asked you to take it off. You know, with Bongholio having no clothes on underneath, and
Oh, that was
they can
amazing.
ask. Well, it's also the same trap, really. You know.
Oh yeah. If they ask you to remove the bong,
I
he's
mean, it's
basically naked.
You know, if you want somebody,
What'd you say, Christo?
I just released the video.
Nice.
Where is it?
It would be on was that on Jersey Watcher or the other one?
Yeah. Jersey Watcher channel. I'm sharing it now on Facebook as soon as I find it.
Sweet.
nice. I was there. Well, kind of.
Last one I see is Edison Council meeting.
Oh, all right. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, the
Again.
26th. I have the 26th Edison Council meeting. It may not be uploaded yet. It takes a few minutes.
I didn't finish off the visibility. Make it public. Publish. It should be now.
A quick refresh.
Refresh. I don't see it yet. Vinny, you see it yet?
Let me see.
I don't see it yet.
I don't see it.
Gee, we're not even looking.
Check my Facebook wall.
Okay. Let's do that. Well, you can talk about anything else. You don't have to wait for us.
No, I'm gonna put the pressure on with the Jeopardy theme song. Dun, 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 dun.
I see it on Facebook.
See? Oh, you got it in. What's your answer? What's your question?
Let me see if I can share my screen here.
Okay.
Present, share screen.
I hate this shirt. What's wrong?
All right, share.
And put your YouTube on full screen as well.
Yep. Can you see this?
Yes.
I'm seeing
All
it
right.
now.
1 second.
All right. Here we go.
Where's my
Premiere
mouse?
video of Mayor Sam Joshi
In Edison,
using the
New
Edison
Jersey, we're
police
going to record the
to deny
Edison Arts.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, here at the 3rd floor. They're supposed to have Edison art. So Mikey, in here, this is where they have all the Edison art. Oh, they took down the Edison art, Mikey, and they made it a
Hollywood
he's promoting
movie.
himself again. He took down all the children's art.
No.
Yeah, bro. What a dickhead, bro.
Are you kidding me?
No, look at this. Look at this. Promises made, promises kept. He's plastering that he used taxpayer funds.
How does he think that that's like ethical?
Look at how illegal this is. He used taxpayer funds.
To promote his campaign?
Promises made, promises kept. Whose promises is he insinuating? Hey, how you doing, Mary?
That is sick.
Hey, Mary. In about like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we're gonna head over and beat that. You know that what the hell is that thing? That video thing? It might be video conference. They got video conference thing, and we're gonna ask for an appointment. I mean, even if it doesn't come, we expect a ton of us to come. So we'll give you about like 10 minutes to get back in there. All right.
Chris, so should we skip to a certain part or just keep playing it? He's not there. I don't know where he's at.
just keep
Hell
going.
yeah, this is wild, bro.
This is disturbing. How many of their wait? Oh my god.
Look at this. It's him again.
It's crazy. It's him again.
Reminding people that he didn't keep his promises, but he's telling you he kept his promises, bro.
And look,
This is the hallway where he whacks off.
we voted on the
Yeah. The hallway where he whacks off. I like that. Where's the bell? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
he voted on the ban. What the hell? That's the worst picture in here.
And this is Miss Loeffler in the lawsuit. He claims he doesn't know who Ron Loeffler is, where he lied and committed perjury. This is insane, bro.
And then here too. This is how he
Taking picture of children? Are you kidding me, Sam? Did you have permission?
six pictures that highlight him out of 3, 4, 5, 6.
I want to know who paid for them pictures.
10? 6 out of 10. More than 50% of the pictures are highlighting him. The People's Town Hall building. That's
And they took down the kids' artwork. You see this where it says donated by Edison Art Society? This whole floor was the Edison Art Society.
And he didn't even leave some stuff in the case.
No, he left nothing.
And there's just shattered like shards of wood in here. Didn't even bother cleaning that out.
This is where every time I try to make an appointment, they send police to come escort me out the building, specifically internal affairs. You think we're gonna do it today?
Probably.
I just want an appointment with the mayor. Hey, you want to go up and
This is the mayor.
yeah. Click the thing and see what they do for an appointment with the mayor.
Just ring this, right?
Mhm.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quotes, there are 3 things you need to know about going solar, and one easy way to find them out. Number 1, you need to know how much solar you will need to eliminate your electricity bill completely. 2, you need to know how much solar you can actually fit on your roof.
You see, this is like a public lobby, but he ended up blocking this lobby as an excuse to keep one person out of the lobby, which is me. And you can see that in one of my videos in the past where I filed an ethics complaint.
This fancy schmancy nice little office here there. I mean,
Even with a doorbell, they still don't answer in a
if he had the pictures
prompt
on the
manner.
wall, inside of his office, whatever. That's your office walls. Put up whatever you want. As many pictures of yourself. That's what you want to do. But the pictures of him should be in there, not out in the hallway. That's great.
Give it like a timeline of a few minutes, and we'll probably have the internal affairs officer Freund. They'll send Freund down here.
Yeah, well, there's probably a good chance I'll be hitting that button. Like automatically, like alerts.
I thought someone came out the door.
Anything going on there?
Nothing's going on there.
Still got a snowman for Christmas on the table.
Watch out, Mikey. Let them
Hey, big man, how are you? Long time no see. How are you?
have them all.
Everything okay?
That's something hella envelope he was talking about.
How you doing, Harry?
Edison TV.
Hi, did they let you in?
No, I have a appointment.
Okay.
Just that you got a first one.
I did.
Did they actually have to invite
okay.
you? I'm not here to invite you in,
No.
but
No,
no offense, I'm just not here. I gotta go to bed.
You're just leaving.
I just gotta go to bed.
Yeah, we're sure. You know, this was always a public lobby, and they started locking this just to keep me out of the lobby. Bamal,
Who did that?
you know who did that? Your buddy Sam did that. Yeah.
This was.
Who put up all the pictures of Sam and who they took down the arts?
I don't know anything. I never come to the town there.
Why are those pictures in his office? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know, sir.
I don't either.
Get me out of here. Help.
The same people who targeted Officer Docho were also targeting me, Bamal. What do you think about that?
Sam, get me out of here.
Please. You are in a different war. You are in a different way. Why aren't you putting me in there?
Does that subject make
We
you feel
became a friend.
uncomfortable? I didn't put you in there. I said the same people that are.
We became a friend. Last time we had a fight. Now you are my friend. I have nothing against you. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying the same people who came after Officer Docho are the same people who came after me. Why? Are you one of the people who came after Officer Docho?
What do you mean he's in another one? I don't understand.
Yeah. No, you know what they did? They framed Officer Docho for arson. And they charged him with retaliation for past official action. Remember what they tried to do with me? What did they do? They tried to frame me for an arson that never happened. And my second case, what's my second case? It's a charge of retaliation for past official action, the same as Officer Docho. You saw, why did that make him feel so uncomfortable? We can look back at the video. I never said his name. I just said the same people who came off after Officer Docho are coming after me.
I can't take it. I'm tapping out.
Yeah. He used to be the chairman Edison Democratic
Crystal's following
Organization,
him now.
Jamal Joshi. Yeah, that's Sam Joshi's political mentor.
He's upset that the door didn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't waltz away.
He's gathering
Oh,
content for his
they're gonna
story.
pretend like they're not here for Bamal.
We saw the guy.
Oh, ask Howard about what the Edison TV guy told you the other day. Why the camera angle with me?
Very nice guy. Yeah, right. He does a great job when he seems to have the freedom to do it. What I keep noticing is that when Christo goes up to speak, they're not showing his face. So the first time that he was allowed back after he beat the basketball, his face was on there for 10 seconds. That was it. Every other speaker had bare face time. So
Raja actually does the shots down there. He actually does the shots.
the 2 nights later on Wednesday, I noticed when it was Christo's time to speak again, no face shots. And I like the guy. He runs a great, he's really good at what he does. He's on his phone the whole time that this gentleman is speaking with no anticipation of showing his face. So then I say, what am I looking at here? I'm watching something that's happened. This isn't an accident. It's not a coincidence. So I speak to the gentleman after the meeting. And I said, what's going on with that? I'm picking up on these things and noticing these things, and he just said, Howard tells me, he's
Did he say that?
He might not have said those words. I'm trying to give you the gist of Howard's
know
in
what he
charge.
said.
Howard's in charge.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Because we
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest refund.
never discussed it. I gotta tell you, we never discussed it, but
Why would he say that? I wouldn't have thought he would have said that. He's just saying you're above that.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, but he actually does the shots. He decides what he's gonna do on the shots, and we let him do the field goal.
We're gonna find out next time when this gentleman goes to speak, because if he's not showing his face, then we're gonna know for sure.
He's back.
So if you are above him, that's what the gist of what you're trying to explain to me.
Well,
Make sure that this man gets a fair shot.
He runs the shots.
He does a good job.
I do not tell Crosby what to do. I do not suggest to him what to do. I let him do it as the meeting progresses. And that's really it. So I don't give him direct instructions on that.
Yeah.
Nor do I have a problem with what he does.
He was interpreting the situation as if like this is what Howard's down. That was just what he was saying.
Yeah, that's it. You know, again, he's the field.
You are the boss, right?
Correct, but he's the field producer, and I let him take the responsibility.
Mikey,
I just hope he gets faced up.
we came across severe criminal activity somehow. We need to know what's in that manila envelope that Bamal was coming to bring to Sam. Could be anything.
He doesn't like that.
He's not answering the bell.
Could be anything, bro.
Who's in there with Howard who's not answering the bell?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What envelope?
I have no idea. No. But did you see how uncomfortable Bamal got at the mention of Officer Docho?
He got more uncomfortable when he mentioned the envelope. He's out of here. The envelope. He's out of here now.
Bamal, but
Yes, sir.
don't you think that it's kind of suspicious that the same charges Officer Docho received, I also receive?
Just have a very high feeling about you, regard. I you know that I once upon a time I was in the case against Dr. also.
I understand. That's why I said
all
me and
right.
Officer Docho have the same things in
I don't
common.
want to discuss anything.
I said the same people who came off after. Yeah, the same people who came out after Officer Docho came after me, and that made him uncomfortable.
What was that picture?
Yeah.
I don't like the vibes of that picture.
You think the chief of police and Bamal went after and targeted Officer Docho?
I think the man was expecting him, and he needs to get that package.
Yeah, the mayor.
And now they're not answering because
Yeah, let's go see.
we rang the bell, so they're not.
Yeah. Oh no. You're very perceptive on that.
Who's in there with Howard? The cop wasn't there a cop in there who came out before?
No, there's an Edison TV room. Unless
They
they're
have
trying to
dogs
turn
running
Howard
around the
into some
mayor's
kind of
office.
assistant, but
You had dogs running around the mayor's office? Christo?
Yeah, you're about to see when the internal affairs comes and opens the door for them.
All right, let's watch.
I think that's beyond clear.
not you. I'm ringing them. Don't worry. It's not your job, Howard. I respect you.
It's not your job.
Oh, you can hear the dog barking. He's got.
I just want to see if maybe we can get an appointment with the mayor, who we can speak to about that. That's all.
Old Genital Joshi.
Let's go back out and record them all.
Bell.
That's important.
Yeah, he bugged out when he said that. He started retreating.
Yeah. You see, I'm getting close because you see the Bamal, why is nobody answering us from the mayor's office? We're trying to get an appointment with the mayor.
Sam's busy right now, trying to figure out how we can violate more people's rights.
This man Bamal is a racist. He called all Muslim people
Bamal, did you see I
jihadis.
was beating Baral Patel in the ethics complaint? Baral, I was beating him in the ethics complaint that I did against him.
Don't involve me. I'm out of politics. All this fight and everything. I don't want to fight with this though. I don't want to fight with your.
No, I don't fight.
I don't
fight. No, he's not my good friend. I don't fight with nobody. I'm trying. I'm just letting you know.
I'm telling you.
I'm just letting you know. I beat the predator catcher case.
That's not
I beat that VASPA order. that this town tried to do against me. It's not just the town, it's the Edison administration, it's the Joshi crime family. You know, to say this isn't coming from the Sam Joshi crime family, you know, this comes from Bimal Joshi, Sam Joshi's political mentorship. And here I am in Edison Township, sitting beside the people who targeted me, letting the people who targeted me know, hey, I know too, and I'm beating you. And you see how uncomfortable that makes them. The moment I let it be known that how close did he get to me uncomfortably when I let him know, hey, the same people who came after Docho are coming after me. He knows that I know.
You know what's weird? None of that stuff should have upset him.
None of it should have upset. I didn't say he did. I didn't say he targeted Dotro. You want to know what Officer Dotro did? He got deported by Officer Dotro's brother who works for ICE.
It's like I picked the wrong day to
And then
deliver
all
this
of a
envelope.
sudden, Officer Dotro gets these crazy charges. I don't believe. He's Republican committeeman right there.
Yeah, who's
so
that
you
strutting
see
in,
how
like,
the Republicans
Vince
and the
McMahon?
Democrat committee,
Get that Vince McMahon
how they're
strut.
so close. The Asian crime families control both Democrat, Republican here in this town. If you're John A-Light, mobster, you can get appointed. You can be appointed by Republicans. When you're Christo, accountability specialist, you will be challenged every step of the way, and we know where it's coming from. We know where it's coming from.
Christo, you should get an apartment in English.
Let's go ring the bell again.
You gonna get an apartment in Englishtown, Christo?
Yeah, why not?
And yeah, they'll appoint you. They'll get you on that council. Shake it all up.
We're not gonna wait here forever. Yeah, I mean, what are they making you guys wait so they can pretend like nobody's here, Bimal? I'm sorry about that. But we're not going nowhere, so they have to provide services.
Yeah, if we can't do it, I apologize.
Yeah, they have to provide the services. I don't apologize. Fuck no.
It's a fake apology.
See the Republican committeeman
Hello,
come in
Modern.
and acknowledge his criminal brethren.
Hello, Modern Rich Radio.
So you're saying that?
They're probably all here together.
So it's Chief Brian.
Oh, yes, it's the chief.
First, initiate conversation.
Yeah, but
We're gonna ignore him. We're gonna ignore him.
He's under, I mean, I understand.
Oh, look, internal affairs, Sergeant Long.
Oh, okay.
Hey, chief.
Guys, what's up? Hey, what's up?
Hey.
All right.
What's happening? I'm not here to speak to
I
you.
wanted to see if there was any chance I could get an appointment with the mayor.
I can check for you.
Yeah.
It's not your job to check. I mean, why isn't
But you don't have to tell
somebody?
me my job. It's fine.
It's not your job to check, like it wasn't your job to show up to my VASP and lie and commit perjury, and I'm doing that tort claim against you, scumbag. See, they have him come and raise the motions, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, it's highly volatile out here." Sergeant Long, can you explain to me what's going on here? Oh, look, the dog came out, so we got proof that there is a dog walking around. So a dog can walk around in the mayor's office, but we can't even be in the lobby.
Remember during their prop band, costume band, performance band, they also had banned dogs from the media, remember? Unless it was a
Yeah.
seeing eye dog.
They also banned the dogs.
We got a dog.
Yo,
He takes a dump on Sam's desk.
Mike, you don't speak to them. That's not the mayor's people, and that's not who you have to speak to for an appointment. So
I think that's Sam's dog. Is that right, Christo?
That's not Sam's dog. His dog's white.
Okay.
Hey, they're not gonna meet with you, okay?
Is there anyone from the mayor's office that I can speak to about it? Yeah, but is there anybody from the, like, office?
So are you telling?
Mayor, though?
Hold
Like,
on. Are you telling us we're being denied services from the mayor's office?
As far as my understanding is they're not gonna come out and talk to you.
We don't want them to come out and talk to us. We can talk to them through
Yeah,
the phone.
You gotta stop ringing
Well, we weren't the only ones. There,
No,
the mayor's people came out here before us, and so don't.
Can you try and call and make an appointment? That's probably the best way to do it.
No, we're
You're
here. We're gonna
here!
make an appointment in person.
I'm
and
right
we're
here!
documenting.
So I actually went and tried to make an appointment. I don't know. It was about a month and a half ago. No one's ever got back to me. It doesn't matter if you're there in person or you try to call in. They're not taking appointments, right, Christo? How long have you been trying to get an appointment?
4 years.
For years. Insane. They don't care.
You didn't actually speak to him personally?
I think you talked to the secretary who does
All
all
right.
the staffing.
Well, they can let us know. We're not here to talk to you.
I would call and try and get a scheduled appointment.
Okay.
Just don't ring this anymore, please.
Well, if other people come like they've been coming, Bimal, I didn't ring it one time.
I was ringing, I just wanted someone to come out for the
Completely
office.
I didn't ring it one time. Bimal rang it a few times. So
The chief was the first one who spoke to us just
Oh.
now. Like,
the mayor's uncle sitting out there waiting for him. He rang the doorbell a few times. So we're gonna that was
We're
us
gonna get
too. I mean, absolutely disgusting. We were just sitting up here, not politely, cordially.
I just wish he was at least able to be actually, I came here, I drove here all this way, so you just get an answer, even if it's no.
The chief of police and internal affairs are now the mayor's bitch boys to provide services. I don't mean that's how you're being treated. I'm not treating you that way. I'm not.
No, I understand.
So I mean, he can't even. They can't even. I'm not even the one here. He's here. He came to ask for an appointment with the mayor's office, and now we're showing the public that the mayor denies services to people that he does not like.
If he's busy.
It's discrimination, Mikey.
He's busy, I more than understand, but a no is fine. So, like, a no is
Yeah,
fine.
I think your best bet is to try to call him and get appointed with his office.
Mikey, this is complete discrimination.
We said,
You know where I'm coming
Complete
from. though, right?
discrimination.
Like a no is fine.
No, I
He's
get it.
busy, like,
I
that's
get
the reason, that's fine, but I'm not even getting a no.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be rushed out by you, by the chief. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it while being recorded.
It's service.
I can record the people coming in and out of the mayor's office, and I just wanted to. You know what, Mikey? What did I say? What did I say was going to happen? What did I say was going to happen before I even put the camera on? What did I say was going to happen?
I didn't even get denied services.
Exactly. So they deny us the services.
Yeah.
Did I not say before we went in the building that the mayor was going to send out internal affairs? I specifically named Officer Freund because I haven't seen you. I thought they fired you.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they fired you. I didn't mention Long. I had him in my mind, but did I not say that they were going to send internal affairs out?
No, you said that.
You've been here for a long time. You know how it works.
But I don't understand why nobody's willing to.
Well, that's not the way it should work.
No one's willing to communicate with the mayor. I just don't understand that.
The fact that this
So I think most people will call, make an appointment for an.
don't tell us what most people will do. Don't
Call and make an appointment. Just call every day, business hours, make an appointment.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I'm telling you why you're getting the response.
Bro, President, it says in the brochure that anybody, well, it says on Thursdays you can have a meeting with the mayor, but it says any member of the public can request a meeting with the mayor, and I'm here to request a meeting with the mayor, and now they're using the police to bully us out of the building. And now more police officers, you'll give them the silent treatment. No, fuck them all. Give them the silent treatment.
Morning, Mike. What's up, brother? Christo, what's up, dude?
I'm not.
Okay. Good. Say, how you feeling? Good.
What's up, Christo?
Yeah.
I'm better now.
Yeah. What's up? What do you help, bro?
What do you need help with?
Come and help you out. See if we.
You go back in here?
Oh.
Yeah, I got you.
You guys need anything? Or...
If he needs anything, I wanted to.
Christo, what are the cops trying to help you out with? What can they do for you?
I'm trying to help him out of the building.
Yeah, they're going to try to help you out of the building. Is that what it is, Christo?
Yeah, they, instead of being mature and taking people's names and saying, we'll get back to you, give you the fuck you, or just saying, yeah, what Tom Lanke used to do, he used to give me an appointment And when that day used to come 24 hours in advance, they'd call me or send me an email saying, hey, an emergency came. We're going to have to reschedule you. You know, that's the more appropriate way to handle it.
Well,
I
I was
mean,
surprised. I thought we were going to get at least a secretary who, at the very minimum, spoke back through the intercom and just said, the mayor's busy at the moment. Would you like me to take your information? That was what I was expecting. I didn't expect police to be sent out, for the police to be soldierized. And I didn't realize, but the hallway leading up to the mayor's office has Sam Joshi pictures all over it on the public walls.
Yeah, we did see that.
Why
No,
isn't that in
Mikey.
his office?
I knew this was all going to happen. That's why I started recording the moment. You notice how I didn't even record as we did our tort claims? Because we're safe. We're safe in front of Marlene and Cheryl's at the clerk's office. They're normal over there. The moment you go upstairs and ask them to do their job, and they're going to try to gaslight this upon me and say, oh, it's Christo. We refuse to provide him services. He makes us feel uncomfortable. They're going to use all this gray area talk instead of saying the truth that Mayor Sam Joshi's a piece of shit and wants to deny me a resident services. And he's not allowed to do that. And we're recording it now. And now we're going to continue coming back every day and recording it and showing the world that this is how they are.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what kind of try to expedite things for you guys?
Well, no,
Still
I
dog,
just
guys.
see if I could get an appointment with the mayor.
Okay.
So I rang the bell 2 times. Nobody came to the door. I rang it a 3rd time. The chief came out. And this gentleman, sorry, I don't know your name. This gentleman came out and said that the mayor himself.
Okay.
That's what he was saying, that he believes the mayor's not going to meet. He's busy, and I more than understand if he's busy.
Okay.
But I drove here to just see if I could get an appointment. If the answer is no, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. I can.
Would you like- Would you like to know?
Now you're saying you talked to them?
The chief talked to them. The chief talked to them.
Now you're changing everything what you just said.
I told you they're not gonna meet with you. I told you the best thing you can do is to call.
Because you know they're gonna deny us services, and his answer for denying us services is they don't like me. So
I like you.
it's
I
not
always
that
liked you, you know that.
it's not about you. You know I love you.
I know
It's
you
not
do.
about
It's
that.
Say that you asked him.
I'm sorry they sent you out here.
I honestly judge this page.
I'm not
That's
gonna.
why I came over here.
I'm not gonna bother you. I'm not gonna.
It's next to the men's room.
The office.
I
They're
don't.
not gonna talk to you right now. They have.
Would you like
they
to know
have
why I'm here?
schedules. So like,
Besides
unless
Mikey,
you're in their calendar.
I came here to help Mikey
That's what I'm
file his
saying.
tort claim. He
All right,
was
so
done.
But you do understand that.
He wanted to speak with the mayor's representatives. His motives are different than mine. I already knew that this wasn't gonna happen. I specifically told him they're gonna send internal affairs out here to bully you. They're gonna send police officers out here to fuck with us. So it was my intention. No, I understand. So you guys are doing exactly what I wanted you guys to do. So, which was, you know.
Wow, look how he goes in.
Well, Lieutenant, to get the
Because-
answer.
because,
That's what I'm saying.
no,
It's
no,
not-
no
I'm sorry, I
answer.
missed the conversation.
Yeah,
I was
no,
talking to Chris over here.
Yeah.
Would the lieutenant like to be honest and say, look, the mayor's denying you guys services because he's discriminating against you guys and they don't like you, Christo?
I think you can pick and choose who he meets with and choose not to meet with.
And
He
as a
can't
member-
pick and choose who he gives services to, bro. He cannot pick and choose who they give services to and who they give and who they don't give it to. Then he should make someone else a public safety director, so I can finally, within my 4 years, speak to a public safety director.
Well, it's hard to hear me talking in this, but I'm telling the guy, I speak to him about 4 or 5 minutes, this internal affairs officer guy, and he couldn't. I said, well, what kind of atmosphere is behind those doors if no one's even willing to ask? You know, like a no is perfectly fine, but like if I could actually get a no, that would be great. So I speak to him about 4 or 5 minutes, and then the 2 cops come outside, and all of a sudden he changes his story and said, "Oh, well, the chief asked him." I said, "No, come on, man, I just spoke to you for 5 minutes about this, and now you're saying the chief." My whole complaint was that no one's even willing to ask.
Insane.
So he lied.
Right, and not to be a dickhead, but as a member of the media and as a lifelong Edison resident, I'm gonna record that and now I'm gonna publish that on social media and let people know, hey, this is how it really is. That's my right to do so. So now, thank you for making this a news story.
No, I'm just
whatever.
I don't
You know?
know the process in and out, so.
Because he said that he knows him.
And
so he
and
wouldn't want me to
Lieutenant
come in
Long,
and
we
then I'm
we
being
spoke
called
about
that
this several
scam.
times. If he wanted to speak, if he wanted to treat this maturely instead
I'm sure
of
it is. I
immaturely,
have no idea
because
day to
people
day.
like you gave the mayor too much rope. You understand? So people like you, it's your fault. Why?
No, I'm back on track.
Good.
I'm back on track.
I say you look way better.
Yeah. I was still in shock. I was still in the
Dude,
hospital.
you got out of the hospital like a couple hours before that. Like, now,
You know?
I was
Came out
that
here
was
to
pretty
violate
impressive that
our
you were there.
rights.
Like I was sitting there, you telling me, I'm like,
Violate
yo,
our civil
I'm thinking
rights.
you got the day before.
So
You're
don't
like,
you-
"Nah, I got hours." I'm
Lieutenant
like,
Long,
"Damn."
don't you think it would be easier that one of the ladies video conference him, speak to him, fake that he gets the guy's information, and then on the date before the fake meeting, call and let him know, hey, the mayor has something busy, won't be able, you're gonna have to reschedule. Don't you think it's more proper to do that than send the police outside in front of a camera, in front of a guy that's known to want to record police messing with members of the public and violating their civil rights? Don't you think that would be smarter? And we've spoken about that. And instead of taking the proper route, you're continuing to do what the mayor wants you to do because you and the chief refuse to tell him what we are and what we're not allowed to do. You know, like he said, he wanted to file, he wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. My intention was different. I wanted to record that he was going to be denied service. So it is what it is. And keep in mind, before I came up here, I helped him file his tort claim against the town.
I've seen a lot
So-
of microcarditis or something, getting that, like young, healthy
You hear
people
us?
ended up getting irregular heartbeats and like everything in between, so. Yeah, listen, I hear you, so.
All right, you want to get out of here, Crystal?
No, because now they sent out stormtroopers, so I'm just recording. We can keep recording.
Stormtrooper, brother. Known you my whole life.
I understand that
One ugly stormtrooper then.
it's not the people, it's the process that I'm upset about. It's this whole process.
All right, well, we're gonna go back in. Mike, see you next meeting?
Yeah.
What day?
Yeah. The 7th.
7th, okay. I'll see you 7th, brother.
Yeah,
Hey, feel better?
Thank you.
Tell mom I said hey,
Oh,
okay?
appreciate it.
Dude, I'll see you
They
soon.
shouldn't be sending you guys out here for administrative. This is an
They
administrative.
gotta be able to get in and out of the office.
It's all it is,
They're,
dude.
like,
You're not moving me. Move me. Move. I don't care. I can wait for my second felony case. I'm standing here. I'm in a public lobby. This isn't going to be like every other time. And if you want to do it, remove me and I'll file the tort claim against you.
why you get treated the way you get treated, because you treat other people the way you treat them. You see how he's acting? Completely opposite of you. He's talking to me like a normal human being.
So I'm not a normal human being now.
You're aggressive. You're abrasive.
I'm aggressive. I'm abrasive. I told you, Mikey. Mikey, this is why. Mikey, do me a favor. This is why I said not to interact with these people. When they
Pause
come
that
up
for a
the door.
second.
No, they're starting.
See, now I'm telling him he tried to make a differentiation between me and Christo and the way that we were behaving, right? And I said back to him on the spot, well, why couldn't you assume that maybe the mayor would make that same differentiation? Because he had originally said to me, the mayor's not going to want to see you because he doesn't like Christo. So you can't apply one thing when you just didn't apply it right before in the same exact manner.
Should we start it back up?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, man.
Starting to use the code words. No, they're starting to use the buzzwords. No.
People
They
gotta
came
be
out
able
here-
to come in and out.
All right, and they can do that. You saw the
Just make
mayor's
sure you're
people able
cleared
to
away.
do that. All right.
Don't harass anybody if you see them.
No, you stop harassing me. You stop harassing me and stop violating my civil. How many tort claims have I done against you? How many claims have you filed against me? None. So obviously you continue to violate my civil rights. In instances like this, I'm asking you to just disengage with me. You don't have to engage with me. You don't have to heighten the tensions. But that's what they want to do, Mikey. They want to use these buzzwords, claim we're harassing people when we're just recording. It's not you, Matt.
Listen, I was just saying, listen, I get it. You have a job to do. When we're one-on-one, you guys are nothing but gentlemen. I've told you that multiple times. I'll be the first to tell you that in front of the council and whomever else. I'll tell you that.
We initiate those interactions. We initiate those
And I understand
interactions.
that. And I try to always be. I always try to be. I always like, you know what I mean? So.
You guys take this around the corner because there's staff members that want to come through and use the ladies' room.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, and no one
Oh,
stopped them from
boo-hoo.
using- no one stopped
Oh, boo-hoo.
stopping them from using the ladies' room.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you go down to shut down. Always at the fresh, right?
Huh?
So, you know, it's funny, I got the old school.
I'm not moving.
You have your drink in front of you.
I'm not doing, I'm recording.
So I go down there. Dude, I can't tell you how many friends there. Dude, I love Listen, it'll ever change in the world. I tell people the old school.
They lock people out in front of the restrooms and complain. People are at the restrooms.
Yo.
Like the solid gray.
Oh, forever. I get airwalks. Old school. Damn, you go way back.
Yeah, they kind of phase out a little bit, but the Chucks, they always
Yeah.
rode the wave.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? And you look, they're always in style. They never, like I said, they never waver. I see a lot of people rocking with the chin down too. Like more so girls, you'll see like rocking like Chucks.
And that cop sure talks a lot. He likes to talk a lot at the meetings too.
He plays the game. I'm okay with his. If it's all
I'm not a
fakeness,
gentleman.
if it's all fakeness, all I've ever expected out of public officials, police, is just you got to fake it. You know, just fake what you're at least supposed to do. Go through the proper channels. These kinds of things. You know, you don't have to even mean it.
Modern Retro Radio says he recognizes that cop as he's short-tempered. He might be. I think so.
Lieutenant Long,
Yeah.
I'm not a gentleman. I didn't initiate contact with you. I told you I didn't want to speak to you today. As I recalled, I told you I didn't want to speak to you today. And when I want to speak to you guys don't want to speak to me. So, I mean,
Yo, first thing I see is Chuck Taylor.
Maddie lied, said he came out here to use the bathroom, but you guys could have used the bathroom and left. So obviously, he lied to us. Matt lied to us. Matt's job, you told us you were just here to use the bathroom.
I've had to pee for a good 10 minutes, dude.
You can, and
I can't just in the middle of speaking.
Okay.
First of all, it's rude. I'm not just gonna go to the bathroom.
You mean when you're in the middle of a call?
What's that?
When you're in the middle of a quote unquote call. This is a service
Anytime
call.
I'm talking to somebody, I'm not just gonna be rude and go to the bathroom.
But are you in a service call right now?
That's a conversation with Mike and you.
Is it a conversation in the middle of a service call? Are
We're
we?
talking about Chuck Taylor's.
I understand that, but is this a service call? Did you come here during a service call? You understand what the difference is, right?
Christo, he wasn't getting it. He didn't want to answer that question.
He does get it. He does get it, but he's on the spot.
Yeah. Oh man, this is great. We're talking about Chuck Taylor's, man. What are you talking about? Is this a call? I don't know.
I don't know. It's Chuck Taylor
Was
now.
it just a coincidence that you walked through the hallways and you're having a conversation with us, or is this in the middle of a service call?
No,
Is there anything like
hey, listen.
At the end of the day,
I love this guy. I think he's a great stand-up guy.
I think
know
he's a
he
good
does.
guy
He's
too.
doing-
He knows it too.
He's doing his things, and
Christo,
I more than respect what he
No,
does.
I'm not. I'm a horrible
I get it.
Lieutenant Wong.
Christo,
I'm
listen,
very
you know,
disrespectful. I'm
try to.
most horrible.
Wait, did you see his smirk when you said I'm very disrespectful and he smirked? You see that smirk?
First in the century. I mean, I came here to help a friend file a tort claim properly and then record how they were going to deny him service. And you even said it yourself. You gave me the evidence I needed that they're not going to answer because you claim they see me. But then when he's not here, when he's going to be here doing the very same thing, trying to get an appointment, they're going to deny him services again. Are you going to say it was because Krista was in the hallway then too? You pretty much insinuated as much earlier.
Come on now, see?
You insinuated as much earlier. You know?
That's because he's a Foyer Street kid like me. That's why.
Riverview Avenue.
You grew up on Foyer Street.
Riverview Avenue. It's a corner road.
Your room was right next to me on Forest Street. We played Sega Genesis together, bro.
No, I know, but it
The
goes
turtle, the turtle sandbox in the back.
Sega.
We were literally, when I tell you the same sandbox, the same, you could say Riverview, 45 Forest Street, Edison, New Jersey. We go way back to those days, dude.
Fox,
You're
that
gonna have to edit this out.
You went from
I don't edit it out.
Forest Street when we were kids. So Fox, you bought, was it Martha Musgrove? Remember with the Beagles? Because I used to play with the Beagles.
Fox Road. We're Fox Road veterans, is what Maddie's trying to say.
Yeah, sure. But I don't even know what that means, but sure.
He's your buddy now, huh, Christo? Because you guys you know what? He always does that. He always mentions like, "Oh, come on, man, we used to play Sega Genesis together." Yeah, well, it doesn't matter now, bro. You're violating my rights.
Remember when I let you borrow Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Do you remember that, bro?
I never let anyone borrow for 2
on the same
weeks.
Street. Come on, man.
You know what it is? They're sending Maddie out because Maddie deals with EDP people, and they're trying to claim that we're some kind of emotionally distressed people. That's why I didn't want any conversation with these guys.
Oh.
We're gonna come back. There's gonna be no conversation with them, but we're just gonna keep recording and showing. Hey, they deny people services. They refuse to talk to anyone through the intercom. They refuse to give people appointments, and then people can complain about that at the meeting. Say, hey, we watched some videos. This is 4 years now. They're denying the same guy services. Why are you collecting his taxes?
Yeah.
Why are you collecting his taxes? So, you know.
I am gonna take this down. All right. Yeah, I mean, Mikey, I got your text. I'm sorry I didn't respond. I've been very busy. I will definitely bring the speaker. It's coming.
Oh, word. Yeah. No, I know you're busy, man.
Yeah,
you know what, Bring?
I have to hop off of this now because my daughter, she's crying for me in the window right now.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to let you guys go for now. But thanks for having us on. If you guys aren't subscribed to Bongholio or Jersey Watcher or Sativa Cross, please do so. All right. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Vinny.
Thanks. See you.
Thanks, Vinny. Does it get crazier? Like, does the cops actually kick you out? Like, physically kick you out?
Well, I wind up saying now, if Christo was there by himself, I don't know how that would have ended. Well, it wouldn't have ended the way. I don't think it would have ended the way it wound up ending, because I wound up saying to the dude who's always very friendly to me, I said to him, I go, why don't you guys just go back inside? Like, with all due respect, like that's the way you diffuse the situation. At any moment, you could just go in, and then they did.
De-escalate.
So I appreciate the balance. I thought it was helpful because he had to go back in there and tell the mayor I couldn't get him out, and then the mayor's like, "What do you mean you couldn't get him out?" And he was probably like, well, I told them they can stay in the hallway as long as they're not blocking traffic. Why would you tell them that? And he's probably thinking to himself, because that's the law, but can't even say it. So they have some weird energy going on behind those doors. No one even wanted to ask him.
Yeah, I'll be back. I gotta take this dog for a walk. He's acting up.
And then the pictures in the hallway leading up to his office, I just feel like it's a slap in the face. Shouldn't be using public balls for his own, personal marketing of his campaign and his excellence. But those pictures in your
Marking his territory.
your-
He's marking his territory. He's like, look how great I am.
I ain't with it.
He's a
They should be in
narcissist.
his office. He took down children's arts.
That was pretty interesting. One time, I guess the only thing I can relate to, way back in Washington, first time Charlotte got there in 1997, the Department of Health locked the doors on us outside so we wouldn't walk in, and it was like 4 doors that all opened outward, at the time, kind of old school. And so at the 4 doors that opened outward, to put Cheryl's wheelchair in front of one, another wheelchair in front of one. I stood in front of one, and they locked us out. And I said, "You locked us out? No, we lock you in." So actually, for about the next 40 minutes, nobody else could get in or out. People would walk up and they'd walk back and they'd walk away. It's like bizarre what people go through to not meet with somebody. There's an interesting interaction, I mean, hey, we're all friends here sort of thing, It's interesting that becoming at something from opposite sides without being overly insulting. And of course, Mikey, you're not insulting at all, but Christo, that's how he gets somewhere, like poking just right to force an issue. So, I can see that style working. I mean, it wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to do it, but
I know exactly what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but when you see it actually does get results,
yeah, he's got an interesting style, and he's smart. He's very talented with knowing what you can and you can't do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that he's smart is, I think, sometimes on the other side of his fence, they refuse to acknowledge that, because if he is smart, that makes them feel less smart. You follow me? So what they want to do is, in their own minds, think he's not smart, and he just doesn't understand or whatever. But yeah, I can kind of see that. It's interesting. It's a kind of a what do you call it? Something that keeps them from recognizing their own lack of power at times like that.
Right.
If you don't have it, you don't have it. Fighting the fact that you don't, this is what you see here. It doesn't work. And the one where, I like that narration, like, okay, now wait a minute, you just said this and they said that. They walked me in a quick circle. It's going to happen, which is why I guess nobody wants to interact with you for very long, because even they know that at some point, out of all things said, there's going to be some extracted that are going to haunt them a little bit, which happened again here. This stuff bites them in the ass. It all combines. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been fine with a no, but the proper channels should at least take place. There should at least be somebody from the office.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Says he's busy. That's all.
Yeah. Well, also another time with there's a thing where Diane Frauenbacher had a thing about in front of the DEA's building, and she wanted to serve him a cease and desist order. It was real cute, but I went with her, and I had actually business with them myself, and I forget his name and her name, but when we went inside as we could to the door, is a huge door and really important. And nobody would answer. And I held up the paperwork I had and did it towards the camera, like would do any good, saying how I had business and what it was. And they did have to come out, but it was just kind of funny how that's the first thing. Just don't answer the door. Maybe they'll go away. It's kind of like you get treated like Jehovah's Witnesses or something.
Right?
Well, really, that's actually a better analogy than I thought at first. When I hear my own words, because sometimes even I don't
that was right on.
I don't even like what I think sometimes. Although on that thing, one time I got between a Jehovah's Witness and the door after I invited him in, and then I started asking him questions he didn't want to answer, but I was physically in between them, and the idea that it made him so uncomfortable to leave even made me start laughing. Be careful of what you ask for,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was sweet. Yeah, I hear how that sounds.
Well, thanks, guys. I want to thank everyone for stopping by the podcast, and
it was different.
It was very good.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, man! Right off the presses there. That was good stuff.
It was fun watching the process. If you did watch the playback, you'd see me a couple times go, You know, stuff sailing over my head. Well, guys, split it that. If I could, did you release it? Well, release it as that. Is it just no? Dude, I'm like, I have no idea, but it's pretty fun to see people that have an idea what's going on.
And there's two stories this week. There's a story about Baked by the River. Apparently, on Thursday, they're having a disciplinary action taken against them, probably for pennying out dabs to the public. Apparently, you're allowed to penny out dabs to your employees, and you're allowed to give your employees stuff like trade stuff, but you can't give it to the public, apparently. So maybe that's the issue. I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. But we have to worry about that because we need to follow the rules here at Mad Hatter. We have to follow those rules as well. So we need to know what the rules are so we can follow them. And we're working on making sure that we have a safe event here on Saturday. Saturday here, 12 to 12. I believe it's like a 12-hour fight event. There's going to be UFC, BKFC, all day long.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So
What are they trying to do? Fine her?
I think they're going to fine them for possibly having a dabs. I don't know. We don't know. I don't even know if they know yet. They're going to get fined for something, though.
Well, the rules should be actually clear. They should know what the risk was, and they should have a good idea what they're going to get fined for. And if they don't, that's originally where ignorance is no excuse for the law was the phrase that I grew up with. Because when I was like, in those years of 16 through 18 or whatever, no matter how you spun it, it was ignorance is no excuse for the law. So like here, all these years later, you got to issue that same proclamation over and over again. Strange, man. Full circle.
Before we went to before we hit up town hall earlier, we ran into Bucket Man at Puffco, New Brunswick.
Small world.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, that's what I said. He said something about he wants to come out to Edison on April 7th.
Yes, he definitely wants to make the next council meeting.
Yeah, mention it. That's cool.
That'll be a good one.
So we're good here tonight?
So Saturday, come by Mad Hatter or next door to Mad Hatter, and UFC and BKFC all day. And there will be consumption, definitely consumption. We just don't know exactly how that's going to work out exactly yet. Till Thursday, we'll know more.
No dabs, though, huh?
Because this, this is affecting a lot of parties and a lot of events. There's a lot of MSOs that do events, and NECAN and all these other events. So this affects the whole industry. And it's sad that they're picking on Baked by the River because they're really good people down there.
Yeah.
Jesse and Cord, they're great. They're awesome. So
yeah, I gotta check into that. I need to know more.
Yeah, they put something out about it. If you look at their page, go to Baked by the River on Instagram, you'll see it.
What time is this thing on Saturday?
Saturday's all day, man. 12 to 12, all day fight, man. Violence. If you like violence, come on out. Not here, but on TV. TV violence.
Technically, you could say that
compartmentalized violence.
The time of your event is PM. Whole thing.
Uh-oh, what's this? Breaking news. Is this true? Angry Wise Old Lady says Joe Coyle defrauded a not-for-profit.
It's April 1st.
We need to know more about that.
It's April 1st is what you might need to know.
Oh, please reach out and let me know about this story. I'm writing a truth piece on Joe Coyle. I had a few people reach out to me, tell me about how he's a bully in high school. I mean, that's what I was looking for. But the stuff that people have told me that have nothing to do with him necessarily being a bully, but some of these unethical, questionable things that he's taken part in, kind of got his hand caught in the cookie jar more than a couple times and seems to always get bailed out.
Let's see if I can get this up there. You want to join us? Here, join us. There's the link. I put the link up there. Jump in.
Oh, that'd be epic.
Oh, friend of Christo's. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I put the link up. Just hop on StreamYard with this, and I'm going to go through our thank yous. I want to thank Mad Hatter for having us here at the dispensary. Beautiful dispensary. kind of an event space next door. We have to come up with a name for the event space next door, like the Tea Garden, or I don't know, something crazy though. Well, thank you, Mad Hatter. We'll see you Saturday for the big party at Mad Hatter. Right on. CMMNJ, UFCW, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and SativaCross.org, where you can donate $1 or $100 to Sativa Cross. Oh, it's Hammer. Hey, Hammer. Hammer's jumping in. Hammer's jumping in. Hey, Hammer.
Oh my God, it's the old school. Look at this. It's the
Hammer in the
OGs.
house.
The link is on YouTube. Hold on.
No, it's not. Yeah. I was jumping. I was on the one with the chat. What's up? Hey, Jim. Hey, Mikey.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
looking. That was a really. That was dude. You know, this is like old school right here. It's like literally old times. I remember wow, it's been a while, man, since I've done this consistently. Has it been a year already? It was last year that we were doing
I have
Was
no
it
more
last?
conception of time.
I don't either. When it was the cannabis awareness, it was 7/10, so it's coming up on almost a year. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So hey, what's going on, Mikey? You look really cute in that video. You're very professional. I think that cop loves you.
Right?
Yeah. Well, no, I was trying to offer a nice balance.
You guys. I know it's so, but to see on. Let's just say to literally get to the conversation when he says, "I was just talking about Chuck Taylor's. We were talking about Chuck Taylor's, bro," and I'm like, "Dude, he's broing down with Mikey."
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you literally look at it, because it's all about body language and verbiage and like you look over and that one the I guess the head of the black guy, the head of whatever they call it, the head of internal affairs and stuff. He's all nervous and his eyes are twitching. He's rubbing his face. The body language was horrible.
Yeah, I like that cop, the one I'm friendly with, because he's respectful, right? But I'm way better at what I'm doing than what he's doing, because he's not able to operate like with the freedom of choice about doing what's right. He's being soldierized by the mayor saying, "Get these guys out of the hallway." So it ended up with me saying to this guy, because of my reputation with him, "Hey, listen, don't you think the best thing to do is just to go back inside, diffuse the situation? Don't you think that's the best way to go about this?" So in the end, he had to walk back in and tell the mayor that he couldn't fulfill what the job was. So he loses, but I stay respectful and stay nice. So
well, see, and that's the whole thing. It's so crazy that this is where Jennifer and her whole family live. They all live in Edison. It's Edison, New Jersey, Metuchen.
Guys, hold on 1 second. All right, Angry Wise Old Lady, how are you watching on the Sativa Cross page on the YouTube? If you're watching on Sativa Cross, then you'll see the link. The link is up here now. I have the link up here now, but if you're watching on another page, I don't know how you're watching it, but it's on Sativa Cross.
Yeah, and you have to hit you got to go into the chat and then you hit the link and then it brings you right into the studio.
Yeah,
That's so cool. Boy, you have really streamlined it, Lefty. This is really streamlined.
He's on South Jersey News. Okay, so Vinny, give her the link on South Jersey News, please. Can you give her the link?
I don't have it. But
yeah,
like the cars.
If she's got a Joe Coyle story,
oh yeah. Hey Lefty, you got any new cars? Any new cars? Are they all the same old ones?
Probably. I got a couple.
Oh wow. I like the VW Bug, the van.
Oh yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Those are so expensive, like brand new. Like what's his name? The comedian. He has what is his name? This Mexican guy. He has a whole warehouse out in California, and they're like on the bare minimum $50,000, and he has them up to like $1 million, and they're all like VW van buses. They're all buses. It's ridiculous how expensive those things are. I mean, we're like back in the day when I was like in high school and stuff, you could pick up one of those things for a couple of $1,000. Now they're like $200,000, $250,000. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's like living in a fantasy world.
Well, back in the day, that VW bus wouldn't wouldn't be able to maintain speed at exit 116 on the Parkway. It would actually you'd have to build up speed and have it to the floor, and it would slow down.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude, the amount of memories because that was what that would have been in the you were there. The 60s, probably 50s, 60s.
Well, it was the late 60s, but basically for me, it was the very, very early 70s.
Okay, hold on. We
Right.
got breaking news here. Breaking news.
All right, breaking. All right, let's
Angry
hear
Wise
this.
Old Lady. I believe that's Angry Wise Old Lady. She's here with us, and she has a story.
You got to flip her camera. Oh, there she is.
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How are
tell
you?
me- Tell me if I'm talking too loud because this is weird for me. So,
No, you're good.
quick story. I'm a friend of Christo's from back in the day, and I've been doing research on all these muggles in Edison, and have been giving that information over to somebody who's running against Sam Joshi. So what I found out, and I'll send you guys, somebody give me an email or I'll forward it to Christo and he can forward it to you. I did a deep dive on Joseph Coyle, and during the Haitian hurricane, and you guys can Google this, he did a big fundraiser and got all this money, but there's no money trail. You can't find where he put the money. And when he tried to tie himself into another not-for-profit, they got really pissed off at him. And we're like, no, dude, this is not good. So I'll have to send it to you. I'll send you the whole link, and it's all the news articles on him and whatnot. The other thing I found is, are you guys aware of Sam Joshi and the loan scandals?
No, you tell.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys remember Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Loan, which was a online company that was doing underwriting for loans. And again, I gave this file to somebody else, so I have this file. So he started a fraudulent and fictitious mortgage company in New Jersey and was giving loans to people outside of the country and doing it through Rocket Mortgage, and they were taking the money and they defaulted. There was a whole investigation done on Sam Joshi's business, and what he did is he shut down the business, and then the DNC got behind him. He did a lot of shady loans, and then he ended up selling his company to this like grifter up in Canada, who he has like this backdoor deal with, where he's like getting royalties or funds from this guy still, but yet he doesn't claim it at all. Like he will not show the record of this action.
Sounds very Sam Joshi of him.
Yeah,
I'm
that sounds
surprised.
Dude, that's so beyond believable illegal. There's nothing right about what you just said. There's nothing right about what you just. I just can't believe. My mind is blown.
I can show you.
Literally. No, I don't need the shit. I don't need. I believe it.
No, show me. Go ahead, please show me.
So what you
Wow.
want to do is, you can find all this yourself. Is just go to put in Sam Joshi, and then put in mortgage loans and student loans, and it'll pull up his old business. And I think he was running it off of Route 10 out of Parsippany, New Jersey.
Oh, you guys are dealing with freaking. Those are such evil people, man. These are demons walking among us.
So if you send me an email, I'll send you my research on that, because I dug deep into that. I gave it all to Brescher. So, hopefully he can use it. Hold on a second. Walter! So, yeah, I gave that to Brescher, but I'll be more than happy to forward all that information to you guys on Joshi. And then I've got more crap, too. Margot?
Yeah.
She has patients that have filed major complaints against her from her coercive behavior in therapy. She mentally abused patients. And there are records of it in the New Jersey. Whenever there's a complaint against a physician in the state of New Jersey, it's actually recorded with your Department of Health. So it won't say the name and it won't say the details of it, but there's a record of the complaint. And she has a multitude of them where patients use the words coercive, rude, inappropriate. And that's Margot. I got dirt on the lawyer too, which I won't say over the internet because I don't want the douchebag to sue me. But I will tell you that I lived in Jersey in the 1980s and 90s, and I partied my ass off in that neighborhood. So there's pictures of this guy out there doing things he probably shouldn't have been doing.
Oh
And then
my
don't-
goodness.
Yeah, no, you're good making those statements. She's just allegedly, you know.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. It's all alleged.
Oh, oh my, just allegedly or not. That just, I mean,
You got to
that's-
play the game. These people are sick. The way they retaliate against people, they use trigger words. They use trigger words to respond retaliatory tactics. They've been doing it. They think they're good at it. They just overutilize an extension that they don't even have.
Yeah, just
Now,
notice
don't they go to classes for that? I think they go to classes for that stuff.
for liability law.
No, for that conversation. Yeah, the fuckery that they have conversation classes. I know they do it where one cop. Yeah, where one cop. Yeah, where there's like they put them in different scenarios, and so there's good cop, bad cop, and then they bring in the third cop. So there's a tri-dynamic, and so they all sit around, and while they're in, they put them through classes like that. That was a classic. If you saw the technique that first good cop comes out, then the bad cop follows him out, and then the other third party to it.
Well, the third cop, his role is the most important, because at that point, what he does is he shows up on the scene after the fact, after a testimony has already been made. Right? Most people should exercise their right to remain silent, but they start speaking. The third cop's job is to get another set of information, the same set of questions to be answered in hopes that it conflicts with the first thing that you told the first two responding officers. It's all a tactic. This is how they learn.
You know what? And I've even seen this thing when watching the videos, and Lefty is out doing his for the crossing walk thing. They don't ever send out. That one cop, the good cop, only comes out. He comes out and he engages with Lefty and does this other stuff. But then there's been some videos where they bring out the social workers and all that other stuff. There was that one video you were in, Lefty, that they brought out those social workers and they did you, what do they call that evaluation? They give you a 5150 evaluation in the streets.
Yeah, but listen, they asked him, do you feel like people are following you sometimes? While they were following him.
Following you. Yeah.
Part of that is that, and I'm thinking there's no good answer. There's no good
Oh my
answer.
God.
There's no answer for that.
Dude,
Sidewalk psych evaluation.
Yeah, there are.
That was the
at
video of the
highest level-
year.
Oh yeah, you know what? I can tell you right now, the highest levels of universities where these guys are going and where they go to school and they do this kind of stuff. I can see these scenarios. They play these scenarios in classes, and they teach these cops how to do this shit. Just so when you come out to the public, you in any scenario, it doesn't matter if you're in a conversation with one person or 10. You could always assume your role as whatever it is. Sounds like the Stanford. What do they call that? It's the Stanford prison experiments. It sounds a whole lot like that.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna have
totally-
I gotta get jumping off here. But one more thing though is when you were talking about all this, I found it interesting. You're talking to that guy, he's a head of internal affairs or whatever, and look at his expression. And all I kept thinking was, could we invite all those guys together for a poker game? Because they got terrible.
Oh, we fucking lose.
They got terrible poker face. It's like the guy's gonna get a good hand and go.
Oh no, dude! But we would lose anyways.
See that
They'd beat us up.
You see the smirk?
Yeah.
See the smirk? It was
Yeah.
frozen on his smirk.
Yeah, yeah. Now the bald guy had a pretty good poker face, but
What was he? The quiet bad cop or something? I mean,
he's the strong side.
But looming, and big.
Yeah,
okay.
but the attorney and affairs guy, he read every emotion under the sun on his face.
Hey, listen, I gotta go. But Hammer, that's a really good breakdown, man. I enjoyed it. But I got
Thanks,
to
Jim.
run. I can't stop. Yeah.
Later, buddy.
My leash is Paul. I gotta go.
Later, Jim.
Oh
my God.
How to get out of here? There it is. There's the X.
It says that and he leaves. Wow, Mikey,
Sam, or angry old lady, or whatever whatever we're at. Sam, is that okay? Who we calling him?
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam. Okay. Do you know anything about the Jade Dynasty restaurant?
Well, no, not much about it. Why, you guys need research done?
For some reason, that seems to be. I'm trying to. Even if you said I was going to say, well, just contact me privately on that one. But yeah, that's what a lot of residents seem to keep alluding to. Apparently, Joe Coyle's a little bit more corrupt than I had anticipated, or maybe gave him credit for. I lost a lot of respect for him. I give people respect 100% out of the gate. It's up to them to lose it or maintain it. That's on them. So I lost a lot of respect the night that he cut me off for the third time after saying he wouldn't. And some people have reached out to me and told me some things, and yes, alleged, but some of these things are proven, and some of these things can be proven, and it's just it's disturbing because he also still never properly apologized. At the very least, do I think he would apologize for me for cutting me off 3 times in a row? Of course not. He never even apologized to the residents for banning costumes, props, performances, dogs.
Ban the thespians. Ban the thespians.
No, he's literally kicked out of like restaurants and donut shops because he's shown up.
And you guys want me to come visit? Seriously? What the hell? I mean, I thought I lived. I mean, come on now. I live in one of the worst.
Run your feet over. They can't kick you out in a wheelchair.
Okay, listen to this, and this is how prepared I am to come out. Listen to hear how prepared I am to come out. I've gotten a new vehicle coming. I think I'm going to get it on Monday. It's a 2007 GMC Yukon XL, one of the big Yukons, and it's got all the bells and whistles on it. And I'm about to pick it up, so it'll be enough to be able to bring my big Juanita wheelchair on the back. And my girl and my chick is basically having her mom, and we're all coordinating now to make a trip out to Jersey. And my girl's scared to go out there after the election. She's totally scared in all situations because she sees all of these things. Because I show her the videos and stuff, and she's like, "That's not in Edison."
Come out to Edison. Say disability rights or human rights 10 times in a row, and they're going to try to throw you out.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no.
you can't do that.
That happened. That actually happened. They tried to remove Lefty, but they had just removed Christo. And they tried to remove him for saying disability rights or human rights. Think about that.
Oh, my God.
Somebody misused a point of order to violate his rights, to conspire to violate his rights, to get him the hell out of there because they didn't want to hear disability rights or human rights. That's the kind of people we're dealing with.
Yeah, the energy.
How that they continue to let this attorney chime in, speak in, jump in, have a say in the middle of this meeting? I truthfully don't get. I'm glad I'm not from medicine because I'd be in jail by now. I don't get
law firm in New Jersey. Most powerful law firm in New Jersey.
Thank God you're in Bayonne right now. Thank God Lefty's in Bayonne.
Their and then maybe we need to start, diving into their garbage at night when they put it out and find out what the fuck these scumbags have on people. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
What they have on these, because they're corrupt, and that type of corruption.
You guys got to look me up. I'm a bitch when it comes to corrupt individuals, and I will do everything I can to take them down, up to including American ambassadors. So there's some.
Dude, you're gnarly. You're gnarly. Wow.
I'm mean.
That's
yeah,
no.
look,
Well, I wouldn't say mean. You're just very. It's doing what you're doing. It has to be done because nobody's going to shine the light on these cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to shine the light on unless we do it. Unless we do it, nobody's going to do the hard work and shining the light on the cockroaches so they all run and scatter. That's what I'm learning from all of these videos and all the time that I haven't been on the podcast and stuff. I've been in the background looking at all these videos, and then it all just kind of coalesces together, and you see the cockroaches for what they are.
You also see that they're the same nest.
What's that?
They all belong to the same nest.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's not
For
like
sure.
cockroaches.
And it's the thing. It's a good example of being, I've said it before, if you were at Shakespeare's Globe Theater and you're not in the front row, but you're on the very top in the very last seat at the very top, and you're looking down upon the theater, the Globe Theater, and you're seeing it all play out in front of you. That's what happens. That is what happened. Literally, when y'all were at that city council meeting and I'm watching all these videos and I saw it on live and I'm like, what is going on? I know. And you can see just one after the other, they continue to violate and violate and violate. If we could had some way to get some traction, you could end everyone. What they've done in Edison, none of them should have their positions, and none of them should have a career. Literally, they should all be gone. And at some point, keep pushing the investigation. They should all be arrested, then convicted, then thrown in jail.
Dude, I'm such an easy pleaser. I would just be happy with a proper apology to the residents. Sorry, we made a mistake. You don't just say you made a mistake; you apologize for it. But they can't even do that.
Oh, they can't even do that, Mikey.
No. You know what Joe Coyle did? He took a picture of a bunch of American flags that Sam Joshi bought right after they banned the fucking flag, and then to sway public perception. You know, they purchased flags on taxpayer dollars after making a national mistake and couldn't even offer a proper apology to the residents. That's their service from their government, and it's despicable.
Zoom in on those flags that are not even made in America.
Oh, Mikey. Hey, Mikey, I got a question that's off topic. Does this, you're being nice to all of the nice cop stuff, does that keep your artwork? Does that keep your artwork from being messed with? Like, remember that one, the backboard, the trash can that you had over the backboard over the trash can, and all of your street art. If by having that relationship with those kind of in such a good way, and you've with everybody, does that prevent Bung Ho?
Not the same town. Those are two different towns.
Okay. Wow. Because you have such a good I mean, I don't know how if you call it a rapport, but damn, these people are. I don't think they do. I don't think they know what they did. I don't think they know. I don't think they understand the gravity of the situation of how intrusive the activization of Rampador and Bongholio, and how it all coalesces into situations, and how it's all being recorded. And once it goes out on the internet, because I know that made the national news, that little video snippet and all of what you guys caused. Jennifer heard about it without even knowing about what was going on, and she goes, what's going on? And I go, one day I went to her, she's all freaking out. So she goes, there's something going on. There's something going on in Edison, New Jersey, with them banning the American flag. And I go, you know who that was, right? She goes, what? I go, that's Lefty, Mikey. And she goes, what? And go, yeah, it's all the boys from sativacross.org got in there and got raped, just got brutalized. Oh, wow.
We went there to support Christo, because Christo was getting bullied by this council. That was the whole purpose of us going there, was to support Christo. And they were ignorant. And they walked into every left hook that Mikey had, and it was just ridiculous. But how dumb they were.
Well, once I'm in my chair, I'm just gonna hang behind you, Lefty. So if anything happens, I can just run them over. Because my chair is like a 6-wheel chair. And I think mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, and you know what, Hammer, this is important to mention too. The day that Joel waved the American flag, the camera system in Edison TV had already decided to stop showing the public because they figured the best bet is to hide what's going on. So the national attention that it got was from a guy named Charlie from New Brunswick today. And fortunately, he was there to film the meeting because otherwise there wouldn't have been an actual video clip of the man being removed. They specifically figured we're going to start removing people with police. We can't have camera footage on. And being so ignorant in the process to think that other cameras wouldn't be rolling. So this was an operational tactic, and it failed from the get. They removed Christo over 7-8 times before I ever went to Edison. They just kept violating his rights, and they got hammered.
Hey, Christo.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Wow.
I was just setting up the streams to stream on my Facebook and my YouTube as well. I came back on, Sam, because I saw you were on, so I'm like, oh shit, is that Sam? So I hopped in too.
Yeah. So, Christo, I was telling them about my research on Joe Coyle, on Sam Joshi, all that stuff. So give them my email address, and I'll be able to forward all the research I found. That way we can start using it again.
Absolutely. Call me.
Please back.
I'm gonna give you my
Everybody's
new
back.
cell phone number after this. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
Yeah. Don't blast their new cell phone number, Christo. Don't blast yourself. Make sure you do it off the stream, please. I'd hate for your phone.
You
to
have
go
my number.
with
Just
your-
text me your new number.
Yeah,
You guys need help with Dover, New Jersey, too.
Could you imagine doxing yourself with your cell phone, and then it goes out on the internet, and then a million people call your phone all at once?
You see the
Just
chat,
blow-
Sam?
It blows up like Hamas.
I can't see the chat right now. I have to turned around, so I can.
I'm not going to repeat that. There's no way.
What's
You
in
could-
Tom's
you could-
server? Cold, beauty auditor?
You could stick hot coals and what is it? Those little sticks underneath my fingernails. I would never put his number out there. I would never put anybody's number out there like that. That's crazy. Oh wow. Well, Mikey, what are you eating for dinner? It seems like it looks like some steak.
Yeah, Mikey always makes like the best meals. I always see him post pictures.
Potatoes, celery, the whole nine, baby.
Yep, and I got my girl. My girl it does the same thing. I don't know. It's just something about people from New Jersey, whether you're male, female. They know how to put together a good meal because you guys always have to. I heard a statistic that 80% of New Yorkers don't even have a refrigerator. 80%. The other 20% obviously are the rich people, but so y'all on a constant basis are gathering up food and making your meals and to do a balanced meal. People are going from like store to store to store, bodega, whatever, and it becomes an art form of how to put it together. As long as you do it in a healthy way. There's also a way to do it unhealthily, but wow, I've missed a lot.
I don't
I've
know
missed a lot.
anybody in New Jersey that doesn't have a refrigerator.
Well, New Jersey's different. This was for out of the state of New York. Is out of the
Yeah,
state
but
of
in
New York.
that percentage is probably only full-size fridges because you can't do a full-size fridge in a lot of those small apartments. But they might
Yeah,
have one of the
that's
little
what
ones.
that's yeah. It was. I think I heard it on.
I can see
there's a
that
guy
now.
by the name. There's a guy named Cash Jordan. He does a lot of broadcasting and videos from New York. He's covered like the immigrant crisis, and he also covers y'all's rents and how expensive the rents are now. He said like the most expensive. He went into the most expensive 1-bedroom apartment in, I think it was Lower Manhattan, or maybe it may have been that way. It was like $4,400 a month for like a 1-bedroom. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, these people, how the hell do y'all live out there? I don't want to tell you what my rents are. You guys will go nuts.
Nah, we
I
want to
found
know.
one.
We want to know.
Okay. I found, and this isn't. I'm not in Lipscomb right now. I'm actually in a town adjacent. It's in a town called Woodward. The lot that I'm sitting on with my travel trailer costs me $500 a month plus electricity. That's kind of the bare minimum. Now, if you step up to like a house, I saw a house that's south of here that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch style house on like a bunch of acreage. They wanted $750 a month.
Wow.
Plus $750 a month. So, and then you have to take care of all of the stuff like that. And then what was the other one that I saw? I just saw another one the other day. So there's a house that's in town, and it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, little nice looking like bungalow type, like a house. And it had like a nice yard, even had like even had a concrete ramp up to the landing, like it'd been there because this house has been there for a long time. They wanted that for like $750 a month.
Well, there was people from Texas at Christo's at Edison meeting. People from Texas heard about the story of planting the flag, and they came to Texas.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, no, I've
People came out from Texas, as north as Maine, down as south as South Carolina, a lot of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal, man. And I don't want to call it what it is, but it's like this whole infectious movement of.
I watched this thing down in Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater, Florida, there's a lot of First Amendment violations. This guy gets up to the microphone. He says, I've seen it all over this country. I've seen it in Texas. I've seen it in Dalton, Illinois. I've seen it in Clearwater, Florida. I've seen it in Edison, New Jersey. He's like, yo, you guys are on the map for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, my girl, now I see why she's so crazy.
Hold on, go ahead,
Now
Sam.
I see.
Sam, go ahead.
Wow.
I didn't mean to cut. Go ahead, OG Texas. I'll chime in right after you're done.
No, it's all right. You can go ahead.
Oh, I
I'm
was
just
going to say,
I'm-
up here in Philadelphia, I've been slapped in the face, hit with a binder, attacked by police, all for speaking out at City Hall. I've been forced out of City Hall. And the only thing I've spoken on is the corruption that we have here. And I could go on and on about the Citizens Police Oversight Commission and how it is spending $10 million and they are chock full of people who are married to or related to cops. And when people go to the police, when they go to Citizens Police Oversight to complain about the violence that they're experiencing here with the Philadelphia police, CPOC, Citizens Police Oversight, is turning them into police. And they refuse to investigate these things. So I've been going to Philadelphia City Hall trying to bring this to light and to talk about this, and I've literally been attacked. I've been threatened. I've been kicked out. It's everywhere. It's every city. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I
What
agree.
time are the meetings over there in Philadelphia? Are they during the day or are they in the evening?
They're in the day.
They're in the day, so that's another problem.
So that's when most people are working.
Right.
Of course,
so-
they're midday.
Yeah,
And
so
usually
some are at like 12 noon, like, you know, and that's
through
The,
metal
the majority of the
vacation.
the majority of the ones that I've seen started at like late at night, like the ones in Huntington.
Hold on a minute. Wait, metal detectors? You have to. What was that about metal detectors?
When you go into City Hall to attend a meeting at City
Yep.
Hall, to go to a metal detector, you must give your identification. They must
No.
your photo.
Well, they,
So
wow,
they
that's like show me your paper shit. So excuse my language.
Nazi Germany.
Yeah, for sure.
Residency.
Yeah, show me your papers.
It's bad. It's very bad. And then when you get into City Hall, if they don't like you, they'll send one of their little thugs to follow you around the whole time.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yes, they do. And we have
What were the brown shirts good at? Thuggery and intimidation.
It's not the first time I've heard that. An ID beating
that is classic Hitlerian techniques. No, yeah, Gestapo class. It's classic. It's like, and that's so crazy. A lot of the times that when people are and on a lot of these. Now you see why the woke generation, or the people that are actually paying attention, they instantly accuse them of being Nazis because they're using Hitler's tactics. That's Hitlerian right there. It's totally, you can see it. It all started with the brown shirts, and then it moved its way to the Gestapo through the SS. Wow.
Right, and it's kind of ironic if you look at it, because they took Allied Security, you know, the huge conglomeration of private security, and gave them all of the powers of the police department. And so they put them instead of the police to avoid the quote unquote constitutional law.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The brown shirts were just like they were like this group. You know, they were just like a group of. They weren't the SS. They weren't the Gestapo. They were tools. That's why that was like, what's it called? The beer pushed that night, the night of the long knives or whatever it's called, where they gathered them all up after Hitler had won, and people were going to start assuming their roles in Hitler's government. And then they brought them all into those beer halls, and then turned around and locked the door and set them on fire.
I think for the last 2.5 years, every single meeting I've gone to, I haven't given my name, or I've given my name as Bong Holio. But I have heard that some of these bigger cities will ask that of people, and I do wonder what happens when it gets challenged. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't trade my Fourth Amendment right for my first. I wouldn't do that. So
I know what happens. People get at that point. People get arrested. And they get strong armed, and then your rights. Not only do your rights get violated, you get injured and harmed.
In Philadelphia, they haven't been beating you. They haven't been putting you under jail. They get away with it. Everybody here is like very. You'd be amazed. And what they do is they change their names. So like my councilwoman, Jamie Gauthier, is actually Jamie Williams. Come to find out that Jamie Gauthier's father is like this bigwig attorney here in the city who has worked for a real long time. And then it turns out that her sister is Samantha Williams, who's a judge who has been like dealing with people who are coming to City Hall and getting arrested for disorderly conduct.
Sam, do me a favor. Can you put the microphone closer to you? You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Yep. Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that.
StreamYard makes you have kind of I always got my big face, and I have it kind of.
Let me ask you this: what time are those meetings in Philadelphia? How early are we talking?
Well, they do like 5 meetings in a day. Meeting like so they have meetings every day in City Hall, but the city council meetings and the judiciary meetings happen twice a month, and they usually start at 10 o'clock. And then they just run them out until 5 o'clock. And then they allow you to speak at like 5 o'clock. But if you don't sign up at 10 o'clock, you're not allowed to speak at 5 o'clock.
Do you know what this sounds like? It sounds like Derek Shirley's stuff when he's up in Maine, and he's going to the Maine, the state house in Maine, and he's reporting on all the stuff that he's, that's because they run it all. He's always up there doing all of the stuff at the state house up in Maine, and it's like it says, you have to be there, you have to be present, you have to make sure you put your name on the list if you want to be heard, and blah 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 blah. It's a whole laundry list of things that you have to do.
Is what it is. You imagine driving somewhere for an hour just to find out
that
the cutoff time public speaking hasn't even started.
Yeah, and he has to he literally camps out at the Maine State House because that's what he has to do.
Cool.
Because he drives up. It's oh my gosh.
And see, in City Hall here in Philadelphia, it's cheap here. So if you're there to speak on what they want you to speak on, if you're there to disrupt because the person has an issue or an agenda, you can disrupt, you can be cast, you can do whatever you want. But if you're there to speak on business, or if you're there to challenge them on something that's important, for instance, like spending $10 million on a project that has nothing to do with the rights of the citizens and is just really putting money in the pockets of people who are helping the police abuse us. Like, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to know about it, and they will do everything they can to shut you up. They've literally been shut down at the door, been told, "Nope, you can't come in today." It's like, what?
Dude, have you ever felt like your head is like you just blew the top of your head off? Like literally, you hear something and it just blows your mind. You ever get that feeling? It's like you feel like your head has been just like decapitated and you're just mind blown and your brain flows out the top of it. That's what I feel like. Once you explain how y'all explain, once you went through the whole story of how that happened and having seen the video, my brain hurts right now. I can't believe that's what you guys. Lefty, how the hell do you deal with that shit? I mean, I know weed. I'm gonna say it right now. I know how we deal with it. We just copious amounts of cannabis.
Big fat blunt, which I'm gonna do right now. So hey guys, thank you all for being on the show with us today. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Bungholio 420, Christo the Greek, DJ Evled, and
hey, I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel now. Mine's called Hammer on the Road. At Hammer on the Road. Hammer on the Road, because I'm always on the road, so that's what my YouTube channel is. So at Hammer on the Road.
All right, like
we have a list here. We do our list here. It's all our friends and family that they didn't make it. They're still waiting for medical cannabis, and it starts with Jim's late wife Cheryl, who I didn't know about medical cannabis until I met Cheryl, and she had MS. And he would give her the cannabis, and she was able to go from stiff and rigid to loose, like cooked spaghetti. And he was able to exercise her that way. And I'm watching this. I'm like, I didn't know anything about the endocannabinoid system. This is 25 years ago.
I want to tell you an anecdote about marijuana and a severely autistic young man that I know.
Oh my.
He is nonverbal, biting, slapping his face, flat. I finally convinced his parents to just take some of the keef from when I grind my weed at the bottom. There's like just that little bit of keef. I go, just take a little and put it in his salad and give it a try. And that kid went from flapping and biting himself to like literally starting to calm down. And he was able to take a walk in his yard and in his neighborhood. It made such a huge difference in this kid. And they didn't want to continue using it because they're anti-marijuana and their kid is on fucking so many horrible drugs because of it.
Yeah, no one questions those drugs.
No, they don't. And my attorney, God bless his soul, ended up with stage 4 cancer. He's yelling at me my whole time. You shouldn't smoke pot. You're an idiot. Don't use pot. I'm like, all right, whatever, attorney. And now that he is really sick, they said you should try medical marijuana. And he did. And he called me and apologized to me because he thought I was an idiot until he realized how useful it is. So he's another one who doesn't take opioids for pain. He takes medical marijuana, which is amazing. I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Look me up on the internet. They wanted to give me all sorts of drugs. I'm like, fuck no. I'll smoke my weed. Thank you very much.
That's called what we call that in the business is karma. That's karma. Somebody's always espousing how bad the ills of cannabis are. Then all of a sudden they come down with whatever ailment. Because I have like MS, and I'm not saying that I always espoused against it. I just knew what the solution was all the time. And then to come out now and say, "Oh, it's so bad," and then all of a sudden, okay, and that's what karma happens. Steps in and says, "Well, if you want to know, you're gonna know. We'll give you stage 4. We'll give you stage 4, whatever." And then now you're, and then all of a sudden you're looking for alternative remedies and stuff. That's what just happened to me with my neurologist down in Lubbock last year. I confronted him about it of wanting to get off all of my drugs, and I approached him with doing which is called dronabinol, which is everybody knows, which is a Schedule 3, and any doctor can prescribe it to you. And I go into the doctor's office and I've had multiple meetings with the doctor, And so I've already done all the analyticals, and they spent close to $50,000 on MRIs and blah, 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 blah. So he's basically sucked off of me and as much as he needed to. And then when I confronted him and said we're going to do his drug, his one, and I said, okay, I'll do that as long as you agree to do this. In his office, I got the actual order for doing both. So I have it in my medical files. And then whenever I go through the setting up process of the blood work and all that stuff that you go through, like you got to go through Quest to get your blood work and all that stuff. And then when I called back to actually get the prescription sent, it's called reneging. And I know it sounds really bad, but he went against his word and said, no, I'm not going to do that. And now it makes perfect sense, because he knew that the state legislature was going to do what they just did by coming down and going against. Here in Texas, what's Governor Abbott, Dan Patrick, and Ken Paxton, they all had that big meeting in the State House where they're starting their anti-420 campaign and the anti-banning of THC here in Texas.
Listen to me. I am a survivor of Straight Incorporated. I know all the players of the American situation. You want to get those are the money people down there. Those are the people that are fucking you. And they're coming.
I don't need. Here's the thing. I don't need to mess with Abbott. I don't need to mess with Abbott, Paxton, and with Greg Abbott, Ken Paxton, or Dan Patrick, because Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor, Abbott's the governor, and Ken Paxton's the Attorney General. I've been dealing with them since when before Greg Abbott ended up in his wheelchair. And I've been doing it since Greg Abbott was the Attorney General. So I've been on this ride. I haven't lived. There's a time period when I left the state of Texas, Arizona, and California and stuff. So to this day, I still owe those individuals allegedly $22,000 in back. They consider when you get, they call it arrears. So when you go in arrears based on whatever your court case or whatever, they'll keep track of that. And I get a letter every week. But what it says, it says I owe this certain amount of money, but then it says amount owed 0, due date 0. So what they do is
you can tell them to stick it up their rears. They want to use rears.
They zero it out to you for your time, your due date and time date, and it just stays on your whatever. It stays on your credit report or whatever. And for me, most people would get all nervous and say, "Oh, well, you're going to mess with my credit rating and stuff like that." I have a credit rated, even with that $22,000 of whatever back arrears. It's $22,000, $841. I know exactly how much it is to the penny. It is just to be there as a marker. And they think that it messes with your credit rating, and it really technically doesn't. So
no,
was
it over 10?
What's that?
Was it over? Is it over?
Over how much? It's over $10,000 for sure. It's $22,000. So I don't know if it's not going up anymore either. So it's kind of just stagnant right there.
Is it over 7 years old? Is the debt over 7 years old?
Oh yeah, it's way over 7 years old. My son was born in 2000, or no, my son was born in 92, and then born in 92. It's like 30 years old.
If they've made the effort to it, you can file for a because what they would have to do is actually show all sorts of documentation.
Sam, can you bring the mic closer?
Yeah.
You know what would be better if you want to email me at my email and all that information, which is it's very easy to remember. lespot2020 at gmail.com. Mine's the easiest one out there.
Sam, can you just repeat what you said, because we couldn't hear you? You're breaking up.
Yes, no problem. Debt in the United States can be discharged. There are certain key rules. That has to be over 7 years old, and the person who claims the debt has no effort to claim the debt. If they're saying 0, 0, it doesn't matter what the top portion of it is anymore. For years, they've said that you can pay that nothing. If you can file for a that debt. And you're going to do that for each other, not through them.
Well, yeah, it's hard to hear you, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was like in and out.
It is in and out. I'm very
Well,
sorry.
listen, we're going to go anyway, but I want to thank you all for joining us, and we're going to continue our list here. We started with Cheryl Miller. We're going to continue our list with Sabina Rose. She was a 15-month-old baby. She died from a 25-hour seizure. I can't imagine a 10-minute seizure, and she had a 25-hour seizure. Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Holly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger, Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jaybird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lou, Becky, LaWanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, Marcus, Gary, Julia, and Jeff Oakes. This list is so long and it's very hurtful. These are all our friends who died waiting for cannabis to be legalized or used cannabis in some form or another and died waiting for home grow. So every week we say this. It's not a prayer. It's from 100 years ago, World War I. A man wrote it during World War I to talk about the soldiers, but it actually affects activists as well. Being that Bongholio went with songs to the battle, it really brings that up because, man, talk about bringing songs to the battle, Bongholio. You brought like a double album.
Hell yeah.
So here it is. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.
See ya!